Hey guys, welcome to Here's a Story. Episode 1. What this week we're talking about Dark Knight trilogy. Has it aged well? Has it
Good God.
it's Paul
good.
Dano,
I thought you were
Murphy is great showing up. And everything.
No. Shut. No, I've got this.
This is my Hero Story episode 1. Speak into your goddamn mic.
We're talking about what episode is this? How close are we to 200?
really
Not that
close.
close.
It's scary.
Is it like
Okay.
one?
This is
Who are we
181.
getting?
This is 181.
Oh, okay. We got 19 episodes.
Okay. Well, this
Our
is the
Pattinson.
Batman. We're talking
We
about
get
the
Matt
Who
Batman.
Reeves
we
at
get?
200.
Who we getting? We got Mark Waid. We can't top that. We
We'll
already.
get
Well, we
Robert
can't get
Pattinson.
Mark Waid back
Yeah,
because
we'll get
remember
Matt
he
Reeves.
listened to an episode with Sean
Yeah.
and he went, "Fuck this! I'm never coming back. You are dead to me." And we were like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's not happening then." Who could we get?
Matt Reeves.
Matt
Look at the whole cast.
This episode of Hero Story, we're just talking the Batman. This is
Batman.
spoilers
Nothing else.
though. Just fair warning. Usually we do no
Yeah.
spoilers at first, but then we scan to spoilers, but we always end up talking about the ending 10 minutes in for some reason. So
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we have no sense of.
Yeah, no. Has
if you
to be
haven't seen the
spoilers.
Batman, why? What are you doing here? And if you have, then hey, we're gonna talk everything about this movie. We all saw it, and then after we all saw it, JD saw it. So we're here to talk about
Alfred gets blown up.
All right, don't act like you saw it like 2 weeks before. You saw it one day before me. Let's not act like you're.
I saw it like
Just pointing
3
out you
days
saw it
before you.
last.
So yeah, so.
I saw it 2 days before. I saw it 3 days before.
You
Haha.
could have seen it.
And Sean saw it at the same time as me. So
Sean
I
saw it
pull that over
twice.
anybody.
Actually, yeah, I got on my second showing earlier this afternoon, and oh my god, such a better experience.
And
thought
So
Well,
the second time around.
Yeah, because the first time around, I had the most annoying people
Oh.
like sitting directly
Oh
around
my
me.
God.
JD, you would have liked the crowd because
I
when
would have liked the crowd.
yeah. Because what I liked about this movie is that some people tried to get the clapping going, like at the beginning, and the crowd actually read the room and was like, "This is not the movie for that."
There was
We're
one
gonna- we
time
need
where
to be
anybody
locked
clapped
into
when I
this.
saw it. Well, 2 times technically. One when
Really?
it ended, and well, he walks
When it
out from
ended?
behind the fire or from out of the
Yeah.
fire in the Batmobile.
Oh
like
yeah.
that's the clap
Yeah.
moment though.
They only
Clap.
clapped twice in my theater. It was
Don't
that,
clap.
and then
Don't
it was
clap
when
in the theater.
it was when he crashed through the windows. Those were the only times people clapped.
I
Nobody
had,
was
the most,
annoying.
I had the most annoying kid in my cinema, and I've already told you guys
Oh, you
about what
told me.
he said.
Oh,
But
no.
clearly, because of the Sonic trailer, where Sonic's like he's like parodying Batman, we're like part of the way through the movie, and this kid goes, he goes, "Oh, it's just like Sonic the Hedgehog 2." And I was just like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And then later, when Catwoman first showed up, he had possibly the best blunder I've
The
ever
worst
fucking
or
heard a
the
child
worst?
make. It's awful. It's so funny. But he goes, "Is that Black Cat or Black Woman?" And I just looked at my friend and he looked at me and we were like, the kid clearly meant to say Catwoman and just fucked it up. I was crying.
He's not
with
technically
tears.
lying.
No, he's not. But like, it was so. He goes, "Is that Black Cat or Black Woman?" It's
Harper stopped him like, well, it is a black woman.
It is a black
it is a-
woman.
it is
But-
technically correct, but that is not what he meant to
When
say.
I was in the theater,
He's out of line, but he's right.
that
This is stuff that
famous
annoys
DC
me.
character, Black Woman.
the stuff that annoys me when I'm in the theater, like there was a guy sitting there in the back row reading Venom, Batman, not Venom like Spider-Man Venom, Batman
I
Venom.
thought you meant Venom.
Yeah. Or Batman Venom, and I was just like, you fucking bitch. Like he brought that so that everyone could go, what are you reading, dude? Like,
Yeah,
oh my
to
god, you're
show
such a
off.
big
So
Batman.
pretentious.
Oh, he
So
totally
pretentious.
did.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
a dick. Like I was so
Yeah.
annoyed by that.
Well, that's the
and it's
thing.
Venom. It's not even like this super obscure Batman story where you can really show off how much you know. Like people have read, like I could have spoiled it for him. You know, like you know what I mean? Like it's
That was the
bothered
thing.
me,
Like
dude.
the first showing, I actually felt like a gatekeeper for the first time in my life because I was like, I was in
shown.
between 2 couples my age. So I had a couple on my right, couple
were
on my
alone.
left.
in their mid 40s.
Yeah, but say that.
but anyway, the girl directly to my right, she was on her phone with like full brightness, like during the chase scene. She had her phone on, was
Oh,
just
the
texting
penguin?
friends and stuff, and she just wasn't paying attention to the thing. And then when the movie ended, she turns to her boyfriend and goes, "So did you like it?" And I just wanted to turn and be like,
That's
"You
hilarious.
fucking didn't because you weren't paying attention to the goddamn thing."
I had a dude who must have checked his phone at some point and then got so wrapped up in the movie he forgot to turn it off because it was literally like full brightness. Like it pretty much looked like that the entire movie.
Yeah.
But he
I-
forgot because he was like staring at the movie, like, but he forgot to turn his phone
For
off somehow.
3 hours.
I
It was
had a gu-
yeah, it was like in my peripheral vision, so it didn't completely
like,
like destroy
distracting.
it for me. But I was like, dude, come
But
on.
probably every
Like,
time
I
it's
had a-
dark, it's just right.
Yeah.
I had a
It is
guy
a dark
behind
movie.
me who purposely left his ringer on the whole movie and did not give a fuck. He was
Purposely.
getting notification after notification,
Oh,
and
just
even
ding,
got a phone
ding,
call.
ding.
And I was literally just there like, good news is the movie was so phenomenal. I was able to lock into it and ignore a lot of stuff, but it got to a point where it was like,
One time,
come on. But then
So-
thankfully today there was like maybe 20 people in the IMAX theater. Nobody said a word, nobody was obnoxious. It was such a better experience, and I could actually enjoy the movie fully. Like I was so happy. I
Go
went
write
today.
a fucking article about it. Let's talk about the movie.
Take it easy,
So
sweetheart.
Jay,
10 things you didn't know about the theater experience watching the Batman.
Yeah,
10
we're
things
talking
you
about
didn't
the-
know
yeah,
about the
10
second
theater
time.
hacks.
like
Well,
I said,
well,
I sat
Batman.
down, I watched
the-
the movie. It was a good
The
time.
best was I had a kid, not like Harper's, but I just had
You had a
one kid who
kid?
goes, oh my God.
Congrats. Hey,
He is 45, so it's
Yeah,
not
I
that
was gonna say,
expensive.
it's
But there-
about time.
I heard a
Awesome, man.
kid as I was walking out go, I know that there's a Batman who in one universe steals the powers of the Flash, and I was just there like, you just fucking
Oh,
That
died,
was,
metal.
that was Scott Snyder's son. Oh my
that
god.
could have been the same kid as my cinema. He might have
Oh,
been
it
getting
could have
confused with
been.
Sonic.
It could have been. JD, you literally just saw this movie like 10 minutes ago. You got home.
All right,
I'm
not
curious to see what
take
JD
it easy,
thinks.
sweetheart. I got out like an hour ago.
But-
Because like here's the
What'd you think?
scaffolding, right? Here's the scaffold. No, wait. Here's the scaffolding. Hunter, something new comes out. Hunter goes, that is the best thing
Best thing
I've
I've
ever
ever
seen.
seen.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
Every movie I've
Tyler
ever
sort
seen.
of does that, but he does it with things he actually like knows are going to be good. Whereas Hunter will
Yeah.
be like, Eternals was the best movie I've ever seen.
I didn't say
JD
Eternals was great. It was like an 8 out of
I
10. I,
think
really liked
JD is more reserved than me. Like I went into it like, we'll see like how good it is. But
Yeah,
like
your
if
I
it's
didn't
expectations
care
not
how good it
low.
was going to be when I saw
well,
it. That
I
the
was
thing.
like,
it was already
will
the
be
best
what it
movie
will-
for me.
Well, I was like, it'll be what it'll be. Like I was excited for it, but I didn't need it to be amazing.
Oh,
And
I needed it.
JD was like, I
Come on,
imagine
Jay
he
Dizzle.
walked in like, let me see this fucking movie, bada bing, I get my gumball and my spaghetti.
I
and
hate this
fucking see
movie
you, bad."
experience, but
And then
I'll sit
Sean-
through it if I'm going to see a
I
big
don't, I
bat.
don't really know the guy, so I don't know.
I genuinely thought this movie was gonna piss me the fuck off, and I love it.
Oh, that's
Jesus,
true. Because when we were talking
why?
about the trailers, he was saying, I don't know about this. That's true.
There were
Why
things
did
I
you
saw
not
in the-
know about that? What an idiot.
What?
He was
There were
complaining
things
about
I saw in the
bulletproof
You were
armor.
on that side of history, dude. Now,
I
now,
was
now that
literally
we're
like-
looking back, you were one of
You're
the guys.
on that side of
You were one of the
history.
guys who was like,
I
"Oh,
was
don't know
seeing
about the
Batman take
Batman."
50 caliber rounds and feeling nothing, and I was just like,
That's what
All
got
right,
you
come
out of it. Have you ever like
Yeah,
read
I-
a Batman? That okay, never mind.
"What's that?" But
JD.
I was worried for this, but I loved it.
JD.
I
Yes,
think we're all
Harper.
kind of on the edge of our seats.
What'd you think, bro?
The moment of truth. I was thinking about this the whole movie. I'm like, man, I gotta like
Almost had a heart attack.
Yeah,
I-
He started off with I hate. I was like,
I hate this moment because like you guys are all like, I'm the last person to see it. You guys are on the edge of your seats.
yeah.
And no matter what I say, I'm gonna break someone's heart.
Bro, we watched
Yep.
these movies for you.
You didn't see the movie for your own excitement. You're like, you know what, I gotta watch this because JD's gonna react to it.
Yeah, exactly.
JD.
I don't think it's the greatest Batman movie of all time.
Okay.
Batman.
I
forever,
think
yeah.
there's a lot of good scenes, but I still need to digest a little more. I think
Yeah.
You
as
just
of
came
right-
out-
I think
Can't
there's a
you
lot
just-
of good scenes.
Can't you just say a thing? Stop prefacing it, pussyfooting it. Just say it.
it's okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Just
You come to
okay.
me on the day of my daughter's wedding, Nick Wilde, and insult me this way.
Oh,
I'm genuinely curious to learn why you guys love it so much. Why it's better than The Dark Knight. I genuinely am curious. That's why I was like going back.
can I give the
I think
first
part of this
example?
conversation will also be us learning that because it's the first time we actually get to really talk about
I
it.
was doing like
Yeah.
your little you guys were doing the gift messages, so I couldn't read them in the chat. So I went back and was like kind of opening them. One of them was Harper saying my dick, so I was a little confused by
Harper has his hand raised.
Yes,
Mr.
Harper.
Harper.
Hi guys. a big fan of the show. I was just chiming in to say this movie doesn't have that like subplot that The Dark Knight has, where Batman goes to like a random country and kidnaps that guy, and then
It also
leaves on
doesn't
the
have
street for the
Rachel.
cops. So that is why this movie is better.
No, Tyler has the greatest point there. There's no
Yeah,
Rachel.
there's
There is no Rachel.
Where's Rachel?
Okay,
Maggie
okay,
Gyllenhaal,
counter-
Zoe Kravitz. Like,
counter argument, no Rachel, but the Batman doesn't have the funniest moment in cinema where she goes, Harvey, and then fucking explodes. Harvey, it's gonna be
Well,
okay.
someone
Harvey,
does blow up in this movie.
No, the
Yeah.
funniest moment in cinema is when Two-Face doesn't recognize Joker when he's got the like mask on.
Oh my
And
god!
then
Oh,
he
he
has the
takes
mask
it
and
off.
he's like,
Yeah.
Hi, Harvey.
As
Like,
if
you
it's
didn't know
just
it was
a
him?
smile. Fuck, that's good. Anyway,
Couldn't
yeah,
tell.
this
Tell
movie's
me,
like
why,
I think
tell me why this movie's better than The Dark Knight.
Bro,
I'm-
the
I'm-
opening alone, where it's like they think I'm in the
It
shadows.
was a
and it's
Batman
just-
movie. Like the
Well,
Dark
the
Knight
opening-
is
the
a
opening
crime
is- the
movie.
opening is-
The
the opening
With
is
a
very
guy
good.
that dresses like Batman.
I love the internal dialogue in the beginning. Like that was like year
Yes,
one. You know,
yes.
like that
Did
was
any-
great.
Did anybody else here imagine like the text boxes like on the screen?
It's
like,
totally like that.
I felt
yeah.
like it was a
That's
graphic
what it
novel
looked
come
like.
to life.
There was so much like imagery and visuals from so many books, like even like modern ones. Like it can't have been intentional, but it really kind of looked like that Future State Batman book.
Dark Detective,
in
right?
that, that
Yeah,
like
in,
time,
like,
that
the
not
neon-
Times
Oh,
Square.
with
yeah.
all
Yeah,
the
that's what it
not
looked like
Times
to me.
Square.
That's what it looked like. It was
It
like
had
a
a
not.
time- yeah.
It was like
It
B
was
grade
Dark
Times
Detective,
Square.
yeah.
Wait, you thought Times Square was like Dark Detective? I thought Arkham Knight, where Scarecrow shows up on all the screens.
Oh, the beginning.
Yeah,
You would think that, idiot. Anyway,
I love that story.
the reason why,
Like,
I think this movie is also better, and like this is coming like I like Dark Knight was like my favorite movie for many years. But the thing with the Nolan films is that you walk away from those going, man, that was a really good movie. But this movie is like, oh, that's the best Alfred, that's the best Batman, that's the
Yeah, that
best
was
Jim
Batman.
Gordon. Like, yeah, it was Batman. Like it was.
Whoa,
I
JD
said
is sticking his nose
was
up
the
a bad
best
statement.
Batman.
This
It's
was
not Robert
genuinely-
Pattinson.
this was genuinely the first time where I felt for Batman as a character. Like I was like, oh, I feel something for this dude as a dude. I never felt that it was also like superfluous and surface level in The Dark Knight. I never really felt a connection. I was like, well, he's more like
Well,
the
you
middle
also-
of the to move.
You
the
also
plot
love
along.
that he jams out to Nirvana in the Batcave.
Oh my god, bro! Oh my god! When it started playing, I was like, I turned to my friends
Jesus
like,
Christ.
yes, it's actually in the movie. And then when he's in the Batcave watching the news and he turns the radio down and the song goes down, I was like, oh, they made it diegetic. Bruce Wayne listens to Nirvana. Yes, it's so good, dude. Bruce Wayne in this movie is a depressed guy who wants to kill himself that listens to Nirvana. He's me. If
Oh,
I,
no.
yeah, he's
Oh,
me,
no.
bro. This movie was made
Harper's
for
like, they
me.
stole my whole fucking flow, bar for
This
bar.
yeah. It was
Just
good
like
to
me, for
finally
real.
feel represented in a movie.
Well, yeah, this is for the emo loners. This is like
Because
my
like
God.
think
this
about it.
is
All
like
I had
the
before
mentally
this
ill
was
Joker.
It's like Ryan
Like, I had
Gosling
Joker
in
was mentally
Blade Runner
ill Joker.
2049.
because Tony Stark did it in Endgame. He was like, he showed me that it's okay to kill yourself.
Jesus Christ.
No. No.
That wasn't exactly
That was
the
the
message
takeaway?
of Endgame.
I don't think
Wasn't that the point of the
No,
No.
not quite.
No.
It was
Oh
a
my
different.
God.
It was a bit of a different character arc.
Bit of a different
Just
path.
little.
You're looking at the
Oh
wrong
my
direction
God.
here.
Holy shit. that just derailed the fuck out of this like 10 minutes in. Anyway,
I guess
Batman.
we're basically doing debate here. Like, all
I
of
was
us
gonna
against
say
JD.
this isn't debate,
Hey,
but I'm
I have a
seeing the
question.
facial expressions between Harper and JD, and they looked like they were about to go at
JD.
it on that.
Who
I'm-
is the best live action Batman?
I think it's still Bale,
Bale.
personally.
I was really, my heart was thumping. Say you were gonna say Affleck. I was just come on.
As
Well, he did get a
Batman,
reach around.
though, like-
He did get a reach around from the Joker, which is pretty impressive because none of the other guys did
I
that.
just-
But
Yeah, that's true. They didn't. Yeah,
I just
forget
think
that.
Bale is not a very good Batman.
I agree.
Like,
I don't think it's
as
good either.
Batman
I
in
don't,
the
I
suit
don't know. There's
Batman,
something.
I
There's something
don't
about the end of the
blame
Dark Knight, like when he's getting chased down. Like I
Yeah, that's
genuinely.
cool. But
Yeah, it's cool when he's been
Hunter-
Batman for 3 months and then
And
he
we'll
fucks off
chase
for
him
8 years and then
because he
does
can take
nothing.
it.
Like Batman in this movie actually meant something to Gotham, and by the end we actually
Yes.
see him interacting with people and caring on a personal level. Like he actually is the
But yeah,
symbol
this- yeah,
that
this
the
is
Dark
a
Knight movies were
Batman-
pretending he was. Like
like
he's
the
been there
Dark-
for 2 years. Like Anyway,
What did Dark Knight Batman like?
dude,
How did he grow? He grew
didn't. He
from like
pissed in
I can't be
jars.
Batman forever to be I can't be Batman forever. Like that was always his arc, right?
He grew in
Like,
Batman Begins, but Dark Knight and Rises were about the same.
I don't know if he really grew in Batman Begins. Like he grew out of his fear, I guess.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I'm talking about.
That's
there.
that's not really like a character arc. Like he just got over how scared he was of bats. And then but like this Batman is fucked. Like this Batman is a Batman who, people often view Batman as like a dick and this loner and this kind of creature of the night who's like just the worst guy, right? And this was that Batman. Like the beginning of the movie, that's how he is. But he grows so slowly, and he grows like he becomes. He's just a guy in a Batman suit in the beginning of the movie, but by the end of the movie, he's Batman the symbol.
I think the best shot in this entire movie isn't even like you want to say it's the shot where he's holding the flare and leading the people out, right?
Good.
Because like that's the moment.
That's great.
For me, I just really felt something when it's daytime. Like it's the first time Batman has ever been in the light, basically.
Oh, with the sun,
and he's just
rising.
He's just like he picks up that kid, he helps him
also
over. He's just
probably the
walking
first proof he
amongst the
exists.
people. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, but
Yeah.
like he stepped out into the
Dude,
light. He's
I saw
here.
a tweet.
Oh my god.
Because that picture or that had been in like a TV
Trailer.
spot or something, him holding that woman in like the sun's behind him, and someone had tweeted like, I don't know if this is really a Batman thing, this is more like a Superman thing. I'm just like,
Oh my
like the public perception of Batman is so broken.
But that's
where
why
people
this
think
movie
he's
needed
not
to
a
be what it
hero.
is.
It's exactly it. People think Batman isn't a hero. People think Batman is like just
the
a guy
Punisher.
that's angry and,
Yeah.
and punches people.
Mhm.
And that's, I think, what Bruce thinks of Batman for a little bit. And then
Mm.
maybe that's where the confusion comes from, because there's always that debate of, is Bruce Wayne the mask or is it Batman? And I think that debate is stupid because I
do
think
too.
because it just implies that all he ever is Batman, and all that he ever
Batman,
is
yeah, which
Batman
is so
is all that matters. But that's not true. And that's
As if
this
he doesn't
movie.
have a bat family where he cares about all of them deeply,
Yeah.
and actually is like he's a superhero who wants to do the best for his city, not because he
Like-
wants to punch people, because he wants to make an actual change. He's not
yeah,
just a
besides
dude in a suit. He's Bruce Wayne. He's a guy. Like,
besides
oh my
Ben
God.
Affleck, which is so weird to say, besides his Batman, this is like the first one I've seen where he wants to like do better by the end.
That
Like,
is
he
weird
wants
to
to
say.
be better. He wants to do better for Gotham. And that's like so important because he says like at the end of the movie, vengeance won't save the city. You
Mm.
know, vengeance, 2 years
I
of
need to be
nights, nothing has
something more.
changed. Yeah, and crime is all the way up. And it's because punching people just to a pulp every night, it's not gonna fix anything. You have to be a symbol for the people. That's what Batman always was. You know, Batman is a symbol of hope for Gotham, and people act like that's like a Superman thing, but that's a superhero thing. Like
He's a
it's-
superhero.
it's-
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that's
the
a
same
Batman's a
trope that
symbol.
Spider-Man has and Captain
Yeah.
America, and like a lot of characters have this.
That's all they are. That's all they've ever been.
Mm.
Like if you want to argue that Batman isn't a symbol of hope, then I want to argue that Spider-Man isn't, and Superman isn't, and Wonder Woman isn't, Captain America, then no one is. Like
Yeah.
Batman is a symbol of hope, not only because he raises people up and he gives people inspiration in Gotham, but like for us as readers, he tells us that like those negative emotions we have and all those anger we have, we can channel that and make it good.
Mhm.
And that
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have to
And-
destroy us. Batman is like the ultimate hero. That's how I
Yeah.
view him, is like, because he takes all his anger, all his pain, all these bad things that have ever happened to him, and he puts on a mask and he goes out at night and he uses that to fuel him helping people. That's
But-
Batman.
At the same
Dude, but,
time, the
like-
signal's a warning.
Yeah, and at the same time, he can
yeah.
strike
Two truths
fear.
can
That
exist at the same
opening-
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
exactly.
Just because he's a symbol
That
of hope
opening
doesn't
was
mean
so
he can't
good.
strike fear.
Yeah, sure. I'm not meaning to
Yeah.
say that Batman isn't a symbol of fear as well, but but like he is both, and I think people
Yeah,
think
he says
he's
he's
only
like, I
one.
can't be vengeance. I have to be more. It's not saying he's not also the guy
He's
who's
still
gonna stop
vengeance.
criminals and strike fear in the hearts of them. But he also realizes like, well,
I would
if
be
I
more
do that
scared of
all
that
the
guy.
time, then I can't like,
Mhm.
yeah, I need to be hopeful to the people that are doing right so I can
Yeah.
lead them into the light while also dealing with the shit in the shadows.
Okay.
But like for me, like walking into this movie in the state I'm in, it's really nice to watch a character who's like this at his lowest. And the lesson isn't like, well, he has to be this way, otherwise he can't get the job done.
Oh,
No,
Batman
it's he
can't be happy.
realizes, it's like, oh, he can't be happy. It's like, no, he realizes, oh, I actually can care about people and put myself out there and learn to hope and inspire that hope and change and not just stay in my ways. Like that's so, I mean, it's Daredevil season 3, but it's so good. Like, I love that. I love that so much.
Okay, counterpoint, GD.
Oh my god.
I mean, I like the hope line. I think that's a good line. I don't have a problem with that. Like, it's not like I have a problem with the entire movie. Like I said, I think there's a lot of good scenes in this movie.
There's so much. There's
I
so
love
many
how
good
backed
scenes.
into a corner you are right now.
No, JD
Quite
literally said
literally.
like,
And I told you this is why I was dreading doing the podcast, because I'm like, I know there's gonna be a 4-on-1.
you're just like, yeah, that was a good
every-
movie. It was okay. We're all like, you hate it? What?
This happens
Yo, how
every
could you say
time.
that
But
about
when I
it?
didn't give Spider-Man No Way Home a 10 out of 10, it's like, how he didn't give him a 10 out of 10. No, how
Yeah.
did like
Yeah, but JD, also the Snyder cut, it was you against everyone.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
weirdest thing too. How are you?
how
always on the other
did
side,
you
though?
and Harper love the Snyder cut? I didn't. I wanted to love
Okay,
the
Exactly,
okay.
yeah.
Hey, I didn't love the Snyder. Let's
Yeah,
not.
at the time we
pull
did.
up the tape. Pull up the
Do
tape.
not.
Pull
No,
up
I
the
said I
tape.
can't believe I enjoyed it as
I
much
did
as
not
I did.
say
I remember us
I
saying
love
that
the
we
Snyder
couldn't-
cut.
we couldn't believe how emotionally affected we were by it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I felt something. It's nice to feel things.
That was the best part of this movie. It like this is probably the
Robust.
first movie in a long time that I actually like was so emotionally invested that
The worst part of this movie is me having to talk to you about it now.
Oh my
you
god.
fucking asshole. I can never say anything insightful on this podcast without getting my fucking shit rocked.
It's okay, Sean. You got this. You
We
continue.
rocking
you
short
drinking,
shit.
my
Sean,
friend?
take your sippy sip
Sean,
and then you can
he's
continue.
taking the sip of gin. We're gonna get an
It's
unhinged
actually
Sean by the end of
scotch.
this. Oh, it actually
Um,
is. We're gonna. Oh my god, he's going crazy.
Anyway, what I love about this movie, I would argue we got every great aspect of Batman in
Mhm.
this movie.
Yeah.
Because we got the fear aspect with the goons
was
in
so
that
fucking
opening
scary.
scene with the
Mm.
darkness. And I, for a second, thought that opening scene was going to be a montage of him taking out every single one. And I'm
I thought so too.
glad. I'm so glad it wasn't, because it
No,
just
it's
showed
just the.
I can't
the
be everywhere.
fear.
Yeah.
That
And
is
it
the
was
best.
so good. So we got
Like-
the fear aspect.
Yeah, within 5 seconds, I'm already like, that is pure Batman. Like I've never,
Mhm.
like that is like pure distilled that side of Batman. Just people looking in the shadows and being afraid of the
Yeah.
darkness.
Well, looking
because
up
they
at
don't
the,
know
opening.
the signal
because he
and then
might
looking.
be there.
Yeah.
So
That's
we got
so
the
good.
fear. We got the fear. Then we got, like, even though we don't have a Robin or a Bat family, we got him working with allies like Gordon. Like Gordon was
Catwoman. Yeah.
honestly my favorite character in this movie. Like Jeffrey
this
Wright
guy's
killed it.
hilarious.
The number of times
Yep.
he says, "We gotta get you out of here." Like he's so
You're
good.
telling me that Kinsey Moonlight.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that part. Yes, when he's like up in his face, I'm like, oh, there's
Mhm.
tension here. I just love whenever he says,
I thought they
like,
were gonna kiss.
man
I
to
kind of wish they
Batman.
did.
He keeps calling him
He's
man.
just- He's so chill. He's like, come on, man. Like, I
But-
think you're
Yeah.
scaring a man.
We got that aspect. Like the thing with Bale, like I think the Dark Knight and this movie are completely different, because
Yes.
the Dark Knight is your action-packed Batman movie. And that's what Bale is. I feel like
Yeah,
he's
that's
your,
funny.
punch, whatever the phrase is.
Well,
He's the guy that's going to beat the crap out of people. He's that Batman.
I don't think he's that Batman.
I don't think
I
he's
think
that Batman
Affleck's
either.
that Batman.
To me,
No,
that's
but
that's what it is.
I
But,
do
like,
see. I do see what Sean means. Like, I think like the Dark Knight before this was the movie you pointed to. It's like where you go, oh, that's not like a regular superhero movie. But that movie
Yeah.
is far more conventional looking back on it now than this. I mean, this movie is basically a 3-hour like crime
horror
drama
movie.
Well, that's
thriller.
what's
Like it.
so great
I
about
know,
it. It's
yeah.
just the unraveling, like
Yeah.
the little things you're just picking up on them. I honestly just felt along for the ride with this, like every little
And
inch
Penguin
of the
does
story.
that little waddle.
let's
But
go.
That's the other thing. So we got the detective aspect of Batman. Then but then we still had the crime fighting, because we had the big, fight scenes. We had the
He
you know,
hits
fighting-
so hard, dude.
He hits so
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
you
hard.
really could have held.
I
back
wouldn't
on
want to
that
get
punch.
hit by
I
by
did.
Robert Pattinson's Batman, dude. Like it's insane.
It's
like, people,
Arkham
like,
style.
when he was
It-
first
it
cast,
wa-
people were like,
yeah.
"Oh, they're gonna really make Batman a pussy," but like I think he's the scariest Batman.
I agree, because like he's not, like I said in the
'Cause
chat,
he won't
it's
stop
not like
hitting you. At
it's
least
not
at the
like
beginning.
Daredevil where it's like ninja hits, but like
Yeah.
you sort of recover. It's more like those fights are more about like like the long fight, like sustaining
dexterity.
it. This Batman kicks you in the knee once and punches you as
Oh,
hard as someone could ever
so
punch.
you
And
won't
you hear
get
like
up.
an audible like douche, and then they're just
You hear like the
gone.
thunder
There's that
noise
one-
from the
there's-
Arkham Knight.
punches
the
them out of
one-
existence.
There's the one scene at when he's when it is Selina's gonna go kill Falcone, and Bruce is in the iceberg lounge and he ducks into the room and he knows the guy's following and he hits him with one punch and an uppercut and then walks off because he's in his head he's like, all right, this guy's probably this big. If I hit him here and I hit him here, he'll go down.
Like I said,
he's
he's
like-
John Wick in this. Like he's just like
He's
douche,
efficient.
that's it, and then move on.
He's so efficient.
Well,
with it.
you
John
even
Wick
got a
without the
John
guns.
Wick nightclub scene
He's
where he's
also-
just beating
Yes,
the
we did.
shit out of
Yes, we
people.
did.
Like this is probably the smartest. As soon as, dude, like literally 5 minutes into the movie, when he's like, when they're talking about how his thumb was cut off the mayor, and then Batman's like, oh, he says whatever sciencey thing he said, and he goes, I can tell it was cut off while he was alive, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Like
because
this
of
is
how like the
Detective
wound.
Batman because he's been doing his fucking homework.
Doesn't Penguin
I
call
loved
him
it.
like
I
world's
loved it.
greatest detective?
He says,
Well,
I don't know.
detectives
Yeah.
you too. Yeah,
I don't know if it's a comic booky thing, but that eye lens that he takes off and he just can't help himself going
Context?
back through like every piece of footage.
yeah.
to
No,
be
that's
like,
a comic book
what
thing
have I
actually.
missed? That's
That was
so
in
cool.
Scott Snyder's run. Like that was
What
in
is-
the,
yeah,
Read
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and I don't
after-
remember it.
It was a
after,
contact.
what's his name? After Damien died, and he's watching like sad videos of his son who's dead.
Jesus Christ.
And then him and Alfred are crying in the Batcave watching videos of dead Damien. Anyway, it's so sad. It's
Who's
so
bad
sad.
cop and who's
But-
bad shit cop?
Yeah.
Oh my
Who's this
God.
good cop, bad shit cop? Good one.
Well,
Penguin
that's-
is
I'll-
great
I'll-
in this.
What are you saying, Harper? I mean, Hunter, whatever your name is.
You want to just
Oh,
talk about
God.
Penguin for a second? Like,
Do the
Well,
thing.
that's the thing. To further what Harper's saying, the characters were amazing in this movie. Everyone,
All of
was
them.
phenomenal.
What
Even
I was
Falcone.
wondering, like when they cast
Even
Colin
Falcone,
Farrell,
yeah.
when they cast Colin Farrell, I think everyone thought he was going to be like skinny, sexy, telltale.
Yeah, like the Telltale.
Penguin.
yeah,
one,
Telltale.
Yeah,
Telltale.
that's
Didn't they-
exactly what I
wasn't
thought it
there
was gonna
talk
be.
there? Everybody was like, "Oh, he's going to be Emperor Penguin." They thought that. I saw that.
Am I the
online.
only one who took Spanish class? It's
Yeah, but, like,
law.
And it also made me realize, like, where did I get this idea that Penguin was British? Was he ever British in the comic books?
Well,
They used
Arkham.
to say in the Arkham series that like he
Arkham.
fakes the accent, that he makes himself a Cockney accent.
Yeah,
so he sounds smarter.
that's funny.
I
It's
didn't
like,
think. I didn't even think about the fact that he like was. I don't know that I care.
yeah, because it made me think like this is the Penguin. Like this is
like when the
he's
trailer
so
happened and he
sleazy,
went, "Take
he's-
it easy, sweetheart." I didn't
Like,
go.
it's like
Oh,
the-
that's not. No, that's not.
it's
my
like
penguin."
a perfect penguin because he's so clearly pathetic, but he's also a little bit on. He's enough. He's unhinged and smart enough to be a little scary. Where you're like,
Yeah.
I could actively underestimate this guy.
But he's not a joke. That was the thing. He's
Yes,
not
exactly.
That was the best part in the chase scene because he's going through and finally he's just like, all right, fuck it. And he causes that massive accident. Like that was
Yeah.
one of the
He literally
best
does.
things with he was just
Like,
like,
okay.
like
I
that
was
was
a
such
little
a
bit like,
great
I got
chase
you.
scene.
I got
Yeah.
you.
I was a
But
little
the
bit
way-
like, why don't you
the-
just lock him up?
But the
They'll
way you
leave him,
see like the
just waddle
genuine
away.
fear with Penguin of getting caught by the Batman, he's just there like, and finally he just makes a desperate move and just causes the biggest, traffic cluster ever.
Yeah, I think
was
the
fucking
title,
massive.
if we like calling it the Batman, is so smart. Like at the beginning of the movie, I think it's like he's like a mythic, he's like a legend in the city. Like
And
he's
that
like a
was so
mythical.
good.
He's like a what is he? He's a vengeance. Yeah, he's like a knight of vengeance. And
I
he'll
think
go
they use the
around-
word vengeance too much. Like, oh, he's
A
the
little.
event. Like,
But it's like because it's
also
like
that,
it's
yeah.
the theme. It's like
It's
the
the
theme
theme.
is like
At
I
least
like
they
I like
didn't
in
do
comic
the
book
full
movies.
speech,
I like in
though.
comic book movies when they use the name. Like they kept calling him like
Batman.
vengeance. I'm like, just call him Batman.
Would you prefer they called him Lethal Protector? Like, what do you want?
That's
I
there's
did.
difference.
I did like when
Knight.
Penguin was mocking him, being like, "Mr. Vengeance, hold on
Yeah.
over there."
Hey, vengeance.
Vengeance.
But I also
Yeah.
like the idea that every person he punches, he calls himself Vengeance, because he doesn't care about being like Batman the hero. He cares about being Batman, like the symbol of vengeance. 'Cause
But
he
that's
wants to
also
hurt
what's so
people.
cool. I like the idea of people aren't really sure if he's human. Like he's kind of like
Or
I
if
think you
he's
said it
good.
already. He's like a cryptid.
Yeah.
He's just is he real? Is he can he die?
Yeah,
Stuff like
and,
that.
And,
Like
yeah, and the vengeance.
you got
thing-
that here.
The vengeance thing is, but yeah, like Harper just said, like nobody knows if he's even a good guy.
Hmm.
Like nobody knows.
The cops
what
don't. Like
he's-
it starts off with
Yeah.
we have the cops at the start.
the
Every
cops
time he
don't-
walks into a room, they're like, "How do you like Gordon? Why do you vouch for this guy? He could be one of these fucking
Oh,
like
the-
crazy weirdos."
Yeah,
And then
even
by
the
the
Riddler.
end, when they bring Falcone out into the light, all the cops are there, and it's Batman, like, basically up on the steps, and they're behind
it's
him.
even like the Riddler gets his ideas from Batman. The Riddler is a Batman fan at the end of the day in this movie. He gets his inspiration to do what he does because he sees that Batman works. Or not Batman works, but he sees that Batman is an idea that like Gotham needs to be taken control of by force.
He just does it a different way. I do like Riddler's live streams that he does.
Well, because that's the whole point of the vengeance thing, is the Riddler thug that they go, who the hell are you? And he goes, I'm vengeance, and Batman.
Like, this is what Batman's inspired. He hasn't inspired good, he's inspired that.
Exactly.
And then we got that aspect of Batman where there's the argument that he creates more villains for Gotham.
I hate that argument though.
I think there's a causality. In the 8 years since Tony Stark announced himself as Iron Man.
I think that does work for this movie, but in general, I think that argument's a little.
I mean, in general, it doesn't.
That's
because in a DC universe, there's a million different heroes and a million different psychopaths that could be inspired by whatever.
But
I doubt they all went, Batman.
Tyler, you're talking about like how the dumb argument.
You call him Mr. Torres.
I didn't know.
You call me Mr. Boy. You call me
full disclosure. I had no
Mr.
idea
Boy.
what Tyler's last name was until you just said it.
It's literally. Anyway,
but also you said like the argument of Batman being the true self or whatever. Like they also say that in this movie with Riddler.
Yeah, the Riddler says that. Riddler says like, I saw you put on your true face, and so I wanted to put on mine.
I liked how we got, like I said, I think we got every aspect of Batman in this movie.
Yeah, Sean's right. Like, if this was the only Batman movie that they ever made, and this was it, this is like the perfect. This is it. You know what I mean? This is it.
Yeah.
Like,
Sean, you narrowly have more followers than Riddler does. You have 528 followers. Riddler has 507. I was thinking that literally the first thing that popped in my mind when I see he has 507. I'm like, please let him have more than Sean.
Hey guys, this is gonna be my last post for a while.
Dude, the Riddler. Okay, can we talk about Riddler, please?
Rifles are good.
Riddler was horrifying.
He was scary.
Bro, that opening scene behind that guy, I was like,
oh yeah.
So
the whole theater was like,
oh. And also he's not clean. Like he stands there silently, like you think he's gonna be like a
stealthy
a slasher movie. And then he's just like, "Rah!" And then beating him brutally, and you're like, gee. Oh, I love too all the shots where it like stops focus, racks focus off. There's like a pinhole of focus, and you just see like the
cinematography is beautiful.
So good,
bro. The entire movie. It kind of reminded me of Spider-Verse in a way where like every shot seems like it. Like you could pause.
That's exactly what I would have thought. Yeah, the Batman in Spider-Verse. You're right. No, that's perfect.
Well, Greg Fraser, he's. I think it's a little unfair. He's only getting the credit for the Batman because he's always been very good. But this might be his best work.
Brendan
so far.
Fraser.
Greg Fraser.
I like that.
Firefly.
He did.
Was Brendan Fraser in this movie?
He did Dune.
Was he Batman?
He did Rogue One, I think.
He did Dune, didn't he?
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about Brendan Fraser. I was thinking about Brendan Fraser.
He also did Rogue One. You know, people love saying how Rogue One's very pretty.
Yes,
it is because of him.
Rogue One rocks.
Riddler, he's like a horror movie character for a while, but then you also get the comic book like Riddler when the mask comes off and he's in the cell talking to Batman with the
Did anybody
voice.
laugh in your theaters when he was unmasked?
At first,
because he's a little good. It's like a Kylo Ren thing where you're like, what does he look like? And then he takes off his mask. He's just like, just Paul Dano.
In that first showing, like people could not take the Riddler seriously when he was
looks like
unmasked.
a kid.
And I was just there like,
he's got like a boy face.
This guy's
like a little
unhinged.
face.
Like he's got issues.
Well, that's
like,
exactly it. Is like the thing I think one of the scariest things about the Riddler is that video where he's talking to his boys at the end where he goes, hey guys, and he's not, it's like, it could have been so easy to make him go like, hey guys, guess what? But he's like, hey guys, and that's because he feels comfortable with those people. Like that's a real person that exists in the world. And those are real people like exist in this world. And I think that's what makes him even scarier. Is like you base him on the Zodiac Killer, you base him on all these other
he's scary when sending he's scary when sending like videos to the news where he's in front of like a Saw type trap.
But he's a normal dude. It's like a Ted Bundy type thing, you know.
Yeah,
it's like you never know.
Totally.
And his voice,
you had seen him on the street.
Good.
Yeah,
like his voice in all the videos, it's just so good.
That's one thing. They would have never played any of that on the news.
Oh yeah, they put a man in a saw trap and they put it on the news.
Warning, this is gonna be a little bit graphic. Holy shit!
It is Gotham City after all. But...
We're gonna release this audio of
stuff like
of a woman being
of the voicemail that cracked. I was like, Jesus,
on the 6 o'clock news.
Yeah.
All right, these are local news.
I wouldn't be surprised surprised if you scan through this movie if there are scenes where Riddler as Nigma is in the background.
I tried seeing that
Oh.
during my second showing.
Did you
I
see
didn't.
anything?
I didn't pick up on it.
I wouldn't be surprised though, as a thing, because he's
World's greatest detective, Sean.
No,
Part
I'm
of it
not.
is like he's like a normal dude.
I
He's like a regular guy hiding among the people.
Anytime
cool.
there was an exterior
That'd be
shot
cool.
of the Iceberg Lounge, I tried seeing if, like, in the corner or something, you could see him looking out the
That
window.
dude would
I
get
didn't see
pummeled
anything.
outside the iceberg.
Yeah,
Lounge.
you would know.
One guy
What
would
about
and
Tweedledum and Tweedledee? Those fucking
Yeah, they
No, yeah.
totally were. Yeah. We got.
I was
I love
thinking of
those
the
guys.
twins
They
from
got hit by
Arkham
him
City.
so many times.
Yeah, it was so good too because like they kept the same motif like
Oh,
4
yeah.
times where one would answer the door and then close the door
Close
and
it.
the other one would
Yeah.
rock up and be like, yeah, okay. And like every single time they did that.
Well, that's the other thing. Batman and Bruce, they, same person, but they said the same line.
Yeah,
They're
you
just
know
like,
who I
"Do
am."
you know who
It
I
also
am?"
tells a lot about his character development at that point. Like at the beginning, he stands up to them and he goes, "You know who I am," and he just punches his way through the Iceberg Lounge. But at that point, he's when he's going in the third time, actually, I think, to save Falcone, he
When
just
he's
slips
stealthy.
in because he doesn't
Yeah.
have time to
Yeah,
fight. He doesn't
yeah,
want to fight.
yep.
He's got to do what he's got to do. You know,
Yep.
he's like learning at that. God,
Had to
a
deal with
Batman
the
who actually like
bouncers 3
learns
times.
from people. A Batman who isn't perfect.
Mhm.
Well, I
Wow.
like
Who
I
would've
like
thought?
the idea of there being bigger fish to fry. Like even when he first meets with Penguin, like he sees all the criminal activity, but he's just like, look, I gotta get.
I do like
Riddler."
that Batman's just sitting in the room with him.
Yeah,
Like Selena must have just literally been like, "What the fuck is going on in here?"
don't
like, is the
worry,
Batman
Mr.
doing
Vengeance,
deals
he
with
don't
Penguin?
bite. Come on.
That's a good point, actually. I didn't think of that. Like she walked in, she's like, what?
Yeah, like I didn't even know he was real.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's just here? Like, cool suit,
Yeah.
dude.
Is he
She
buying
literally
something?
she watches him as he grabs Penguin, shoves him against the glass, and Penguin's like, "Whoa, whoa,
Take it easy.
Yeah.
whoa!" Also, but besides the highway crash, I do like how Penguin was essentially innocent throughout this movie.
Yeah, well, I
That's
think
what I was
that's why they
thinking. I thought the
didn't
highway
technically
crash was a bit
arrest
odd.
him.
I was like, they should have arrested him at that point. Like I was
Yeah.
thinking, like I guess it makes sense. Like I think Bruce does underestimate Penguin, and he probably thinks like this guy's better on the outside because he's too stupid to run an empire. But I think he is wrong about that.
Also,
think-
this was a thing. Oh, sorry. I thought you were finished.
you go.
No, please go. You go, Mr.
I
Thomas.
have nothing to say.
Okay, good. Shut the fuck up then.
Okay.
I was saying this to my friends that this movie in
Go, friends.
3 hours has like monumentally more lore behind Gotham City than like the Dark Knight trilogy unpacked in 3 movies. Like it runs so
yeah.
like with the renewal project, the last 20 years with Falcone, like the Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne stuff and all of that
Hush.
being exposed. There's
Hush.
the Maroni
Yeah.
stuff. Like Maroni is
Hush.
like
The hush
like,
thing,
you know-
I was like, oh, that's cool.
you
I
know
thought it was a little on the
before-
nose to just write hush, but
Yeah,
Hush on the
low,
thing.
low.
It made me I did like the Dwayne Johnson eyebrow. It's like, is this happening?
I will
Yeah.
say
But,
on
like,
the
the-
rewatch, you notice
Yeah, like
the
JD.
renewal project is the very first thing they mention in that
Yeah.
movie because they mention it in the
it's on the
debate,
TV.
and it's like if you watch it the first time, you're just gonna be like, all right, they're just having like a debate, but then you realize you're like, when she's saying like the renewal project has done nothing, crime's
It's
up,
like the
and-
biggest thing in the
and
movie.
you're just
Yeah.
there like, oh shit, so okay,
That's cool.
everything's coming from that. All right, it was
that's
really
very
good.
cool.
Mhm.
She's
I had
guess-
something more to add, but Sean fucking derailed me. So cheers for that, dude. Forget what
Good.
the fuck I was gonna say. That's
Fuck
good.
you.
That's great.
Sean doesn't have to save you.
Oh my
I'm tired of taking
God.
your shit, Harper. So
That's
fuck
funny.
you.
oh my god,
Go
Well,
drink
that-
your fucking apple juice, little pussy. Anyway,
It's
it's actually half and
meat.
half iced tea.
it's a what? Sean?
It's Lagavulin meat.
I think
Oh.
there's one scene where my expectations are way too high because Tyler was telling me that it's like, oh, there's 2 things that'll stand out for you, especially Hunter. So
Gosh.
I really like Court of
well, yeah,
Owls.
it was the hush thing, yeah.
I know the Hush thing and the
What do you
Martha
mean Court
thing.
of
and
Owls?
Martha being in Arkham.
But
because
when they
that's
were
Martha
talking,
won.
when the bomb next scene, which is a fantastic scene,
Bomb
and when
Nick.
Oh, did you think that like the
Yeah,
Court of Owls were
yeah.
behind it? Oh my god!
because he's just like, you're part of an organization, and it's like, you just need to give me a name. Who
We've
you
spent
with.
the last hour being like pretty sure
Who-
everyone in Gotham is
who do you
corrupt.
think-
It was
Who's
the
behind it?
Falcone
Who's behind
crime
it?
syndicate.
I was just like, oh my god, this must be what Tyler was talking about.
Oh my God.
I would not have been as excited about.
That
I mean, I
scene-
like the Court of Owls. but I
The
didn't think it was
dialogue in that
necessary.
scene was so good though with the riddles.
Yeah,
That- yeah,
it
because
was. And
Batman's
Batman
genius.
answering them and the guy like going back.
Yeah,
and
within
forth.
like
It's
3
so good.
seconds.
The answer's justice.
But also the final one, I can't like that line where he's just like very good, and just final riddle. You
Yeah,
know,
he's,
where
like,
he's like,
wasting
"Oh,
time,
like,
yeah.
He
losing
took a
it."
knee. He
It's
was playing up the
so
timer.
good.
He didn't give a fuck.
What was the guy's name? Oh,
Riddler.
no,
DA.
the DA.
The
It starts with
Riddler.
a C. Oh, I had it in my head.
Collins, was it? Colin?
Oh.
I thought it was
Does it
Colin.
matter?
The actor
Sure,
for
yeah,
the,
that's a good point. Sean,
Riddler.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Wait,
it
the
matters
actor-
to me because the full line is just so good. Where he's like, Mr. Whoever.
I think it's
Final
Colin. I'm
riddle.
pretty sure it's Colin.
I wrote the Bagman, the Batman.
Okay, one thing that we haven't mentioned at all yet.
Yeah,
Joker.
yeah, they did it.
Another Joker. We're getting another.
Like I
Neil
said, I think
Coulson.
it's the taste.
Ah, it's
Oh,
Coulson.
Coulson.
Agent
That's
Coulson.
right.
Oh,
Well, I saw it with
very
someone
good,
who's last.
Mr. Coulson.
Yeah, God,
now,
Coulson.
final riddle.
I saw it with
So
someone whose
good.
last name was Coulson. And
Are
his
you
fucking
gonna?
head
Are
blew
you
off as
gonna?
well.
Halloween is gonna. It's like the easiest guess for what Sean's gonna be.
A
You're gonna be
pussy.
wearing your true the Riddler.
Yeah,
The
I can see him as the
Walking
Riddler.
with the Riddler.
Wearing a
Why would
garbage
he be
bag
the
and like a
Riddler?
question mark and the glasses on
You have
top.
like a similar face. I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean like a boyish face. Like you have like a Dano. Like never mind.
He said you were a child.
A little,
I
the
can't say
Joker.
Joker.
Barry Keoghan from famous as Droog from Eternal.
Droog.
It's Druig, isn't it?
I don't
It is
know. I don't care.
Droog.
Who gives a
Droog.
Who
fuck?
gives a fuck?
Droog.
Eternal.
Like I said, it was the most
Droog.
tasteful they possibly could have done that.
Harper
but it
still
was
hasn't even
still-
seen Eternals.
But still, when I've watched 20 minutes, thank you very much.
on,
Which
it's
I
all
believe
on those 20
amounts
minutes,
to
was it?
1% of the runtime.
Yeah.
Like when he popped up, I was like, okay, so yeah, they've got to put it in. But like it was done well. I'm excited that his face is just fucked. I hope
Yeah.
it's like new.
It's
I
like
hope he's new
scarred.
52 levels of just like new 52, but not the face is actually cut off. Maybe his
makes-
face is just horrible.
I had somebody near me when he said the line, "You become
That's
a clown."
just like Sonic
I-
the Hedgehog. Oh, no.
I had somebody near me go, "I think that's the Joker," and I was just there. That's what I
shit.
literally.
I wonder-
I felt the
imagine it was a
gatekeeper energy
big-
more. I was just like,
Imagine it was
of
like a big
course
bait
it's
and
the
switch,
fucking
and
Joker.
it's like-
There's worse things to be than a clown. I
And
think
it's
it's the
like a-
Joker.
I was
What if it's
literally
like a
just
big
there
bait
like,
and
yeah,
switch
you
and it's like,
fucking moron.
It's like Hugo Strange in there. Or something.
Okay, question, Tyler. Like, this
Yeah.
movie's like this 10 out of 10. It's perfect Batman. I think we're all,
Very good.
you know,
Yes.
most of us are in agreement that this is like the peak. How would have your feelings change if we go through the whole movie? It's exactly the same. Final scene, Riddler is in his cell. They pan over to the next cell, Batman who laughs. Like costumes exactly the same, full
Fucking
leather
hell.
straps.
Not
and
even an
spikes.
Arkham, not even like the Arkham vest. It's just the leather.
No. He's just in the full
got the
costume
crows.
next door.
He's even got the
What?
metal fucking spikes.
What
would
if
it
it was
would
like-
have changed your opinion?
What if it was
at all?
Punchline or something?
Would it have changed your opinion?
No, not at all.
You
It would've
got to
been
use
better, actually.
social media to your advantage.
I think
more
if that
next time.
happened, I think all of us would be like, "What?"
Can you imagine if
If it
Matt
was-
Reeves comes out, like they announced the Batman 2, they come out and they're like, Batman who laughs, Punchline, Miracle Molly, we're doing it.
Ghostmaker.
Ghost
We're
Maker.
doing it.
Yes.
Ghostmaker.
The Batman who
would
laughs
just
is still
like-
Bruce Wayne, so it would be Robert
And then-
Pattinson.
It would be
Hold on.
evil Robert Pattinson.
Then the end credit
Things
scene
just
is
got
Clown-
out of hand.
The end credit scene is Clown Hunter, just cause.
Oh, that okay,
Fucking hell.
dude, fucking the again, like the fandom around this movie makes me want to gatekeep because one of the things I saw was someone went, is anybody else surprised that Martha's in Arkham? It makes it so much easier to do Flashpoint Joker. And I'm like, are you
As
that's
if
what
that
you
I
was
saw
thought
that
of?
it.
too. I
Yeah.
saw that too. Yeah.
Like I thought,
How
oh, Martha
stupid
Arkham, that's
could you
cool from
be?
Earth One.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I thought.
The end.
And-
She's
and
dead. She's dead.
people
She's
want
not.
yeah, she's never coming back. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to know why she's never coming back? Because they didn't fucking do a scene where the Waynes die because they don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
we know they're
like-
dead. We know they're.
We get
gone.
it.
Yeah, and they didn't cast Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Laura Cohen as
Oh,
if they
that
were
was
ever
such a
going to do anything.
waste.
They cast D-list, C-list, F-list
Yeah,
actors that you don't know because Martha and Thomas Wayne don't fucking matter.
What movie do you think they were seeing if they died in 2001? Because I noticed that the campaign videos.
Yeah, well, he does. Well, someone.
You think
what's
they
his
were
name?
watching Shrek?
Falcone,
Well,
Falcone
there was
calls
a
him
Zorro reboot in 2001, wasn't there?
All right,
It
don't
seems
fucking
like they
ruin-
didn't-
Don't
it
fucking
seems like they
ruin it
didn't
for me,
see-
Sean. I want
it
it to be
seems
Shrek.
like-
They're
But it
watching
seems like they
Spider-Man.
They
didn't
did
see
even say
anything.
Zorro in
Yeah,
the movie.
he goes. Yeah, Falcone calls him Zorro, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, I like that.
They're seeing Spider-Man.
Maybe he was
with Tobey
seeing the Gray
Maguire.
Ghost.
I think
Nice.
there
don't
was
think-
a
I don't
Thank you,
Spider-Man.
thank you, Hunter. I needed that.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Catwoman was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we
Catwoman
haven't
was
talked
good.
about that at all.
Selena, she was a very.
He was in
I
the
think
movie.
it was
You got
like
a lot of cats.
you ever see a movie where you see all the characters and then like their pieces, their parts in the plot start to click, and you go, "Oh, I see why that character is in this movie." Like it makes
Like when she had the
exact
glass
sense.
of milk, I was like, that makes sense. She's Catwoman. She drinks
Mom.
milk.
Yeah, I thought that was a little.
The fridge was open the whole time. Did that bother anybody else?
That bothered
When
me.
she- When
that
she had the
that
cats,
she had
I
it.
thought-
Yeah, a little bit.
I was a little, but I was like, at some point in the movie, I was like, oh, she's here to show that all criminals aren't the same. Like it's like to help Bruce, progress in this mindset of vengeance won't save the city. Like, she's going down a very similar path.
Mhm.
And I think he looks at her and he sees what he easily could have been, this angry, vengeful, I'm gonna kill this guy, mindset. And I think that's part of his catharsis in saving her. There's a lot of catharsis he goes through in this movie, saving Alfred. Well, he doesn't even save
Man,
Alfred. He gets to talk to Alfred.
Yeah.
He
Tyler,
what?
question for you: did you feel the Catwoman Batman romance was forced or good?
I thought the first kiss, I was a little bit like, why did she kiss him? Like she just clearly wanted to kiss him really badly.
Mm.
But as the movie went on, I don't know if they needed to kiss in this movie. Actually,
didn't.
like I thought it would have been a little better if they had left it a little up in the air. Because at the end of the movie, when they leave,
'cause
or
at
when
the
she
end.
leaves, I was a little bit like, oh man, that sucks. Because Bruce won't, that's like a connection he really needs. But
without you,
Oh my god, it was like that.
I do really like them together, though. I think they have a lot of
Vin
chemistry.
Diesel on the
Yeah.
bike.
I think this version of Batman and Catwoman made the most sense. Like,
Blood Haven, too.
It's so much better
Mhm.
than Dark Knight Rises.
yeah.
no shit, Hunter.
I
Like,
know that's the
it's better than a.
same, but-
It's
think
better than
anyone
a puddle
where
of
she,
mud.
where she
Batman
offers
Hathaway
him
Catwoman.
up to Bane to get his back broken, and
I
then
am
he's like,
and
"Yeah,
he
I'll go
still
back to you."
fucks her.
Even better than Keaton's. I
He
am
fucks off
Catwoman,
to
hear me
Italy with
roar.
her still. That's so
Yeah,
stupid.
I know. It's so weird. The ending with them on the bikes, I felt like a comic book.
Okay, I know I had an
felt like
issue with the
comic
ending.
panels.
My one issue with this movie
Oh,
regards
Catwoman's
the
adventure and
ending.
Catwoman #1.
Is
I think
is it
they'll
they
do
don't
it.
pay off? Is
Yeah,
it that they
Bruce-
don't pay
yes.
off
Okay,
Bruce
so-
Wayne doing anything?
Yes. So my one issue with the ending, and this is
No
how I would
Bane.
have done. I don't usually like going, this is how they should have ended the movie. But what I would have done
You should
is
make like an
what I-
animated series on YouTube about that, like how
How it should have ended. That would be cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds like a
No.
good
Except
idea.
it's not
Hey, you call
actually really.
Call it Hishy.
Hishy. I like
Yeah,
that.
it's a great acronym. It's like
Or you could
Arse.
just make your like
A
fan
hero
series.
story.
I think there was one
Arse.
that existed called Project Doomsday or some shit.
Like a motion comic version of it. That sounds cool. Or like a fan film
I
version.
don't actually have a cough.
A fan film Batman.
Did you just
movie.
turn off my video?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, you have the power to do that?
Yeah, I just
Why don't you do that to Harper
disable
more often?
everything.
You just deceived.
Disable Sean as soon as he said that.
My one issue with the ending is what I think they should have done, because the whole arc of Bruce is, learning vengeance won't save this city. And when he pulls, there's a little kid that was there's the little kid that's the son of the mayor, and Bruce looks at
Yeah.
him and he sees himself. Obviously, it's the clearest thing, bright as day. And does he cry at the beginning when he sees that kid?
It looks like he's
I was trying
tearing
to
up.
say it looked like he did.
He was tearing up a little
like,
bit,
we really got to get out of here, man. He's just
Yeah.
not moving.
staring at the kid. Yeah, that kid must have just been like,
He's
what
like-
the
He
hell?
was doing the Riddler heavy breathing. He was just
Yeah.
like,
But what I think they should have, because when he saves that kid from the from the flood, it's him going like, I get to save Bruce Wayne finally. I get to it's a
Yeah.
catharsis for him to pick up Bruce
Mhm.
Wayne and save him from the path that he was going down. It was almost
When
like a
that's-
Robin thing, It's like I saved Dick Grayson because I don't want him to go down the same path as me. It's like a similar thing as that.
Like
I think-
earlier when he's talking to Alfred and he goes like, I thought I'd mastered every skill,
Mhm.
I'm not afraid of dying, but like I really just wanted to make sure that I never felt that again, losing someone that I care about.
Mhm.
And like at the start, like where that came from, where he's like, "You're not my dad, Alfred," which is the most like overplayed trope, but they validate it by having
stop.
Alfred see the
You're not my
footage of
father.
the kid. And Batman's just been looking, or Bruce has been looking at the kid and seeing himself in the kid, and
Mhm.
Alfred realizing like, it's not anything to do with me.
Would you have rathered Bruce go full Titans and just go fuck Alfred?
Yeah,
Fuck Alfred. Yeah.
Alfred, fuck you. Get out of my office. Get out of my cave. You're not my dad. Get out of my cave.
Why
man.
does he
should've
trust
done that.
Falcone's word right away and go to Alfred like as he's waking up and just be like, "Why didn't you
Because
tell me,
Alfred-
Alfred?"
I
Oh,
thought that
Why
was
does he-
yeah.
why
I
does
thought
he
that was
believe
very
Like
obvious.
you're the greatest detective, but you believe that? Like,
But there's
Will
two
Smith is
things
like-
that there's two things there, and I think it's part of like his hubris and like not seeing the bigger picture of things. Is like he hears that story, he's so overwhelmed by it, he just goes, has to be true. He doesn't think for a second, which like obviously you would.
Everything else
'cause
has
it's the
been
first
true.
thing but it's the first thing I thought. I was like, well, he probably just asked Falcone to like threaten this guy, and Falcone went, yeah, well, I'll kill him, and then you're in my pocket. And Thomas Wayne, once realizing that, it's like, why the fuck would you do that? And that's what
Falcone
it is.
also
And
says that Maroni implies that Maroni killed Bruce's parents, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and I think that's I think
what
that's
was also so.
I think
good.
that also helps Bruce. I think part of the reason he wants to believe him is because he finally has an answer to that question. Like
Yeah.
because they said it was unsolved. Like I noticed that it wasn't Joe, or if it was Joe Chill, nobody knows. So
No, they
he's
said it could have
living
just
with
been some
not
random fellow.
knowing.
Well, that's what was great
And
about
so I
because
think-
then Alfred even says, he goes, look, I've thought of every angle, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it really could have just been some.
And I
random
like that a
guy.
lot.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the idea that Bruce's parents are killed by organized crime like at
Yeah.
all. Because then it just it takes it away from criminals in Gotham too. I need to fight the mob. Like like Joe Chill being no one makes him anyone. You know what I mean? Like any criminal he fights could be Joe Chill.
Didn't they also say though that like they don't know who killed the Waynes?
Well, yeah, they said it was no. That's exactly on the
Yeah.
news. They said it
Yeah,
was an
it's
unsolved
literally what
murder.
Yeah.
quite
Yeah, and that's
literally
I'm
what he's
saying.
just
That's why I
said for
think
the
he
last
wanted
couple
to
minutes.
believe Falcone, and he went to Alfred angry is
Fucking
because
asshole.
What he said,
He
like Tyler just went, "Hey, it's this." Remember that whole part where they talk about how like they don't know who killed the Waynes, and then Hunter goes, "Hey," and they even say that they don't know who killed the Waynes. As if like that's not what he was just saying.
Sorry,
Like,
I was.
anyway, the other thing for me is Bruce.
well, I didn't even finish what I said about what I was going to say about the ending.
You don't need
What
to.
is
It's
going
fine.
on in the corner of your screen right now?
Nothing's going on.
Shut the fuck.
Anyway,
up.
so what I was going to say is I think the whole speech he writes in his journal about hope should be I think it should have been something he was telling to Alfred, a conversation he's having to Alfred, because we don't ever pick up on Alfred. Alfred's just in that flood in the hospital.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
the
Imagine
power
he gets
probably went out
flooded
and
in.
his-
Oh
the
no!
power
yeah.
probably went out and his life support's gone. Alfred might be
Oh.
dead. But
Oh no!
but I think he should have been having the conversation with Alfred, dressed up, all prim and proper as Bruce Wayne, and then gone to the mayor, Bella Real, as Bruce Wayne and said, "How can I help?" I think that's what the ending
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
been, because I think it's a cleaner ending for Bruce Wayne as a character, because I think the whole point of the movie is him growing and embracing that Bruce Wayne side in him. I think that's that's fulfilled when he saves the kid. But
Mhm.
I don't know if there's a clean enough ending for Bruce Wayne as that part of him. And I don't
I
think there
think
was
we're
enough
gonna
Bruce
get
Wayne
that
the movie.
in the sequel
Yeah,
Oh,
and
100%.
I'm okay with that.
100%.
because
And,
Yeah.
and I also because the movie makes the point to not separate Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like Bruce Wayne is always feeling it. And he's always thinking as Batman. He's
Mhm.
never Bruce Wayne. And so when Bella at the funeral tells him you could be doing more, and then he goes, I have to be a symbol, that's him doing more. It's not that he has to do more as Bruce Wayne, it's that he has to do more in general. And so him becoming the symbol is him doing more. I understand that it does fulfill his character arc, but I would have liked to seen more as Bruce Wayne. Also, just seeing Rob, like I don't know, I had an audible reaction just seeing him in the suit and going, "Oh, he's dressed like Bruce Wayne. He looks good." Anyway, yes,
Yes,
Uh,
Harper.
Here's my thing.
Harper had his hand raised first. Okay.
It was my thing. I just thought it was funny is that like they capture the penguin and the penguin does the whole "it's law" that whole like thing, and then like they talk to Riddler and Riddler goes interesting, and then like the next I turned to my friend, I went, "Oh, the next target's going to be Bruce Wayne," and that's going to be the fun part about it, because like does the Riddler know? Like at that point I didn't think he did, and it turns out he didn't.
Well,
But
thank
it's
you
like,
for
oh, yeah, Bruce
reminding me of
Wayne's-
that.
Bruce Wayne's the next target. And then it's like, obviously it's Batman and like it's the same person, but they get the hint and it's like orphan. And I went, yep, it's absolutely Bruce Wayne. And I
Mhm.
thought, and they know that, but then they go over to the orphanage and then walk through and find some, what are they drop
Drop
heads.
heads.
And then they
Drop heads.
go see a projector with his dad on it. Gordon reads a thing on the wall that goes, "Sins of the father." And then they go, "Oh, the next person is Bruce Wayne." And then he turns and Batman's gone. And I turned to my friend and I went, they're not very good at being detectives because I figured that shit out like 5 minutes
Well, it's also
ago.
like if Batman, if that one detective or that one cop wasn't at the door who had a dad or uncle that uses that one tool, Batman would the whole city would have flooded and Bruce would have just been like, "How could I have known?" Like they wouldn't have known that
That's
that was
the
the
other thing.
carpet
Yeah.
tool.
But that was so good with the final confrontation, like I was saying in the chat, with they both overestimated each other in the end.
Yeah.
Because Batman was like, "Oh, Riddler completely figured it out. That's it. Batman's over." And then Riddler doesn't know he's Batman. But then he's like, "I thought we were both gonna watch this together." And then he's like, "Wait, watch what? Wait,
What have
you
you
didn't
done?"
figure it out?" And like,
Yeah.
they both missed, the real
Yeah.
purpose
Cool.
of both of them.
Also, did anybody else get that impression when they're in the room and Batman is like, this might be the end of Batman, and then Jim gets a call? I don't know why I had the idea that like his identity had been leaked or something like that. I
Oh,
was like,
no.
I thought they were
we're
gonna go
doing
Muriel
identity.
comes on
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I thought
screen.
that too.
Yeah.
I'm so no one finds it out. Like not
Yeah.
even Selena
Thank
finds
God.
it out. That's
Thank
Yeah,
so
it was
God.
interesting that he didn't
Harper.
tell Selena.
Harper, what is
Yeah.
that creature behind you?
on the ground. It's a dog. I got a dog. I got a puppy.
It's so cute.
Hey,
I got a
dog.
dog.
He's looking.
Aw.
He was just rolling around. It was so cute.
I think the
I mean,
one
dog.
character that needs more development,
It's
and
like,
we
shut
will
the fuck up.
He
we
just
will
laid
get
back
more
there.
development here, but
So-
I feel like Alfred didn't like.
Well, he's
No, he
if he's
didn't get as
going by
much.
Earth
He need
1,
more.
Alfred's gonna get real jealous real soon.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dude,
Yeah, he's
See,
gonna
but, like-
shoot Penguin with a shotgun.
but when
Yeah.
Bruce walks into like the just like the coolest gothic fucking like watchtower area in the
Did
world.
you
and
think it was
Alfred's there just
overdone
like,
though?
No, fuck you.
Okay.
Is my answer. No, it looked cool, and that's all that matters.
I thought,
to me.
what about when he
cares?
put
It
on
looks so cool.
sunglasses because he's not used to the sunlight?
I thought it was funny.
My theater
I like
laughed, yeah.
because when he walks in, he's just like Jesus Christ.
He's also got like oversized shirts. He doesn't care what he's wearing. He's wearing,
Yeah.
I
Wayne
love it. He
Manor
doesn't-
is
he
like a
doesn't care
Harry
at all.
Potter set too. Like,
It's so
Yeah,
doesn't
cool.
look
well, it's
like
a
your
tower.
average
It's
mansion.
not.
Yeah, it's a
It's
tower.
not even.
Not
it's-
Wayne
he doesn't
Manor,
live in the
yeah.
manor. Yeah,
yeah,
he hasn't
that's
lived there
true.
since his parents were killed. That's where Enigma grew up in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's interesting because they said that he was like an accountant, right?
Yeah.
So he
Edward
must have-
Nashton.
It
Well-
makes me wonder. Oh, that also made me happy that he
There
was
is a
Nashton and not
prequel
Enigma.
novel.
That made you happy that he's not Enigma?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think an Enigma's like way too on the nose. Like it's like the same as like
His name is
Harleen
Eden.
Quinzel. It's stupid, you know.
Victor
It's
Well,
like-
Freeze.
doesn't he
It's the
change
same
his
as that, but-
name?
well, Eddie Nashton is his name. I like that his name. I like that they just made him Nashton in the movie and not Enigma. But like he was an accountant, they said, and it makes me wonder if he was like seeking out dirt and that's why he became an accountant so he could get all the the money trail the money trails, or if he became an accountant, saw the money trails, wanted to do something about it, saw Batman and decided this is how I do it.
Well, he
Like
did.
it makes me wonder.
He did say, because he was like, I'd been wondering, and then one day, just this
Mhm.
file comes across my desk, the renewal project, and that's when I knew.
He goes one word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
JD,
Dano's too good, man.
what's wrong with this movie, man?
Oh God.
Because we've been
I
praising
did-
it for the past hour, so I just
It's bad too because
Has
we're
it
all like
been an
praising it, but
hour?
JD's argument can just be, it's pretty good. Like he, he probably thinks the same thing, just on a less.
I'm gonna give him
level,
the
I
spotlight
imagine.
here. Like,
I just really like Rachel.
Sean,
and
Sean.
Is your
Dark
name
Knight.
Josh Thomas
or
DeGrazia?
I'll give Sean
Shut the fuck up.
spotlight.
Shut the fuck up.
It's like, okay, JD, let's hear your thoughts. And Sean immediately goes, I just think
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just anticipating what he's gonna
Stop
say.
talking, Sean.
You stop talking.
Shut the fuck up.
Go punch
Ladies,
a kangaroo, you
ladies,
jackass.
ladies. There's enough JD to go around for everyone.
What do you know
please.
about ladies, JD? You can't even use
Nothing
that word.
at all. actually.
I mean, that was a clear.
I mean,
that
at least I
line was
don't
a clear
sleep with a
distinction.
Spider-Man doll
But he
on my
doesn't-
bed, but like I'm like a little bit of a step above a Spider-Man doll on my bed, but I'm not at you guys' level.
Don't make fun of
A
Spider.
Superman blanket. Oh, how cute!
It's clear I am not in a relationship despite being 40 years old at heart.
And in,
Um,
I mean, and,
and
in age.
physically, yeah.
Yeah.
And in age.
I didn't really like the whole Riddler is like the Zodiac. I know what they were going for. It's just I kind of prefer.
What would you have preferred? You would have worn one with the spandex.
What
You
tights?
wanted Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I like
want Jim
over the
Carrey
top
back?
Riddler. I do. I mean,
What would
Oh,
you
no,
prefer?
really?
Yellow spandex?
I do.
I do like green suit Riddler.
yeah.
Yeah,
it
I
is a
like
green
green like tuxedo.
Like
Riddler.
yeah,
zero.
Still cool.
Like I wish it was a little bit more 0 year than like serial killery.
I just don't
personally
think this
speaking.
movie would have ever been that, and I don't think this franchise will.
I mean, there's a little
ever.
bit of Zero Year in there.
Yeah,
I
there's
also,
about
I
10
also
minutes
didn't care
later.
for like the shouting. Like every scene, I just felt like he was shouting.
Batman.
No,
I like
Riddler.
that.
Like when
Oh.
Riddler's mask is off, like he just kind of just shouts. Like,
He's an angry guy.
all right,
He's a
guy.
cuckoo,
Yeah,
Yeah,
banana.
but he's unhinged.
He's
I-
a
I
cuckoo
think
so
banana.
good.
I think
Yeah.
this movie's also a little long. Like there's a lot of like staring.
What
and
do you- what
not
would you cut?
talking. The staring and not talking just goes on for a while. I think.
Yeah,
there's
but that's
a solid,
character.
like-
That's character stuff. You
I think
can't,
there's a
like-
solid few minutes of it that could just get canned.
Well, like,
Well, he
like I
does.
said,
He
I
does
think
stare a lot. Batman. He,
He
does like.
watches Selena change.
He does,
Yeah,
he's
I-
like such
I
a
did- I
voyeur.
turned to my
Keeping
friend
that.
and I was like-
I would actually prefer that in slow mo, but
Oh my
I turned to my, I
God.
turned to
Yeah,
my
if he,
friend and I
he
went,
clicks another thing and it goes X-ray vision.
yeah, when the water was coming in, my only prayer was that she was in the white shirt. And
Oh,
then
I
she-
saw it,
That's
JD.
my joke from the group chat, you fucking thief.
Yeah, but I said it on the podcast, so it's mine.
God damn it, you fuck. Anyway.
I thought
Um,
this movie was going to cut off after him looking up at the sky with his monologue, but then it continued
So
on
did
to
I.
Joker and
Yeah.
the graveyard stuff.
Yeah. Which makes sense that he would have like the final bit with Selena.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just remember like as soon as like he captured Falcone, he brought Falcone outside, and then he got shot. I just remember going, oh, "That's right, the Riddler, this movie." And then the
Yeah,
movie
like
was
Riddler.
30
He even
minutes
tricked
movie.
us because we went on
We
the
thought
trail. Like, as
Penguin
the
shot
audience,
too. Because
As the
Penguin took his
audience-
gun out.
we went like on the same trail. Like we heard the El Rata whatever there was. El
Rata
Rata
Alada.
Alada. Yeah. And he was like, and we went on that whole adventure with the Riddler, like for the Riddler. And as the audience were like, we get to Falcone and we're like, yeah, we got him. And then we go, oh my God, the Riddler's still out there. I
Yeah.
forgot that the Riddler's still out there.
This
Like
is
this
the
is
whole
even,
point.
too. 'cause
this is a small fish.
Falcone
will
and
say-
Penguin are yelling at each other like, "Oh, you a tough guy
Yeah.
now?" Oh, yeah, maybe I am. And he takes the
What
gun
about the-
out.
That
wait,
was
wait, you
the
know what the best line
dumbest
in the movie,
fucking
though?
thing ever, though. Like he literally pulled out his gun in front of an army of cops.
Well, it's
He
He
Penguin.
thinks he's untouchable. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a stupid
Yeah.
idiot. He got
Great
run
counter.
down by the Batman and arrested, and he didn't get arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
What- what about the scene-
that would instill some false confidence?
What
wouldn't
about the
it?
scene where he's in when they arrest the Riddler and he turns and he's like, I just ordered some pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I love that. Was so good.
I
Yeah.
just ordered a slice of pumpkin. Get on the ground.
Do you
He's
think he
such a
requested?
star.
Do you think he requested from the barista, like, "Oh, do you want me to draw a tea leaf?" And he's like, "Do you think he could do a question mark to my coffee?"
Question mark.
I think
Or
maybe.
was he,
like,
no,
I
I think he
wanna
was doing
This-
it.
this
though. I
guy-
think
this
He
guy's
was
out of-
doing it.
This guy's
Yeah.
out of breath, like he just ran off the fire escape. He ran into the store, got a coffee, and he's like,
I like the idea that he ordered, like, he ordered like
Making
a
a
shit.
question mark.
he bought like a flat white and there's no foam, and he's like, can you put some, I've got a great idea, can you put some foam in this?
You're gonna
I don't
this
think he was
kinda
that nice. I
quirky.
think he would have been like, "This is all part of my." You forgot the goddamn
Yeah,
question
yeah.
mark.
He's just
They make an
screaming,
exclamation
"Oh,
point by accident. He's like, "That's not
What
my
if
thing."
like the pump? What if the scene wasn't? They show the pump. They show the whatever, the tea or the coffee or whatever, and the, question mark.
yeah.
But she slides in the pumpkin
pumpkin
pie, and, it has,
pie.
and it's in the shape of a question mark.
What if the eyewitness didn't see him run into the coffee shop? Then he would have just been sitting there waiting, like, "Oh, are you gonna find
He's like,
me? Are you gonna
fuck,
find
man.
me?"
He's just seeing Batman walk past the window and
Yeah.
back, and he's
And-
like,
and it's
"I'm
even-
like,
He's like,
It's even more awkward because he just told all his followers that he was going to be in police custody. He's like,
Yeah.
They
"Oh,
also
I made
did a great,
promise."
a way like a good use of the I got arrested on purpose trope, because it's not like he got arrested so that he could break out. He got arrested so he's safe in the prison. I like that a
Yeah.
lot. Where he's like,
yeah.
I'm safe in here, and I'm
And also
happy-
to come
I'm fine
face to
being
face
here.
with Batman finally.
You
Because
Yeah.
he thought they
serial
were
ki-
going to be, the duo.
You think a serial killer who killed the mayor, the police commissioner, and like all these
He's
political
getting the
officials
death sentence.
would
It's
get a
Gotham
window
City.
cell?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's
It's
Arkham.
also, we haven't even mentioned how like it's in the no man's land now.
Yeah.
They set up no man's land. What a weird
And
never
Hush.
respected-
You
Like,
think,
they
you
set
think
up
they're
a
gonna, you
lot.
think
Well,
they're gonna
see-
go through it no man's land though?
Well,
Like,
that's the
no.
thing. It says
I thought that was
Yeah,
on
martial law has
Flashpoint
been
next.
installed. Yeah,
right,
yeah,
no, I know
Flashpoint
it's
is
set up,
next.
but like, do you think it like? I feel like it's gonna be resolved by the next movie.
But that's the thing is, I don't know.
Maybe do a
because
time
I
jump.
think it will
I'm
be.
wondering if this whole trilogy is them fixing
Well,
Gotham.
Here's what I want to hear, Tyler.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I want to hear everybody's predictions. What do you guys all think is going to happen in the next one? What do you
that's the
think we're
thing
gonna
is,
get?
Well,
I don't. There's so many options, right? Matt Reeves,
I'll-
first of all, has referenced everything.
Yeah.
He says, "I would love to do Robin. I would love to do Ra's al Ghul. I would love
Patrick
to do
Court of
Stewart,
Owls.
Professor X.
I would love to do Court of Owls. yeah.
it looked like the thing
I would
that
love to do the
Batman
Batman
got out of
laughs.
hand.
the camera focuses on the thing that Batman jabs into his leg for the adrenaline. And look, it's green.
Venom.
Venom.
I think
Yeah,
it probably is Venom. I mean, it's
It
a
probably
Batman
is.
universe, it's
Whatever it
probably
is,
Venom.
it took
He
him
was
from
like
a
dead on
man
the
who was-
ground and then he's like ready to
he
I
go.
was
would love to
out, and then
see-
he was just fine for the
Like
rest of it.
5
He was
And
like,
then he
actually,
was
I'm
even
okay.
able to handle getting electrocuted.
Sean,
and
if you're asking
falling.
me what I think is next, I think they're gonna do Hush because it still it fits into the whole, the Sins of My Father theme because his name is Edward Elliot, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so that you get the whole Thomas Elliot thinks his parents were killed, but in the comics he's sadistic, but in this he could just be doing it for revenge.
But also, it's a grounded villain, and I think I don't.
Yeah.
I know you want it, but I don't.
no, but that's
think
exactly
it
if
ever
we're
you're
not
gonna
seeing
ask what I
Poison Ivy.
want.
Alright.
I want
Yeah.
Ivy, I want Freeze, I want
Okay, here.
Clayface, I want literally every Batman villain. I want Luchador Bane, who's
I want that
high
too,
on
yeah.
Venom all the time. I want every single Batman character.
Let's go
They're
around.
doing an Arkham show. They just said
Yeah,
they announced
did,
an
yeah.
Arkham HBO Max show in this universe.
let's-
Another one.
Yeah, another one. Let's just go around.
Another
If
one.
you're
When-
if
when
you
was
are
the
Matt
last one?
Reeves and one of
Oh,
those,
if I was Matt Reeves,
we gotta make that Batman sequel. What villain do you pick? And you'll say pick two villains because this had Penguin. and Riddler.
That's so easy.
Do main villain and then the villain that's kind of in the side.
I
Okay.
have
Oh,
it.
missed-
Okay,
I don't
I've
know.
already thought about it.
I have two.
It's
I have to. Bruce Wayne, Doctor Manhattan, easy done.
yeah. I'm gonna pick.
The sidekick is the little baby one.
I'm gonna pick. Yeah.
So, who's going first?
I guess Sean, so
What
Thinking
I
of
was
who's gonna be
thinking,
second.
because I think we're going to get like Tyler wants, Bruce Wayne, savior of Gotham. Like he wants to build Gotham back better.
What if he becomes a mayor? That'd be cool. Well, I
Well,
mean, there is a mayor. never
That's
mind.
not what I was
becomes
thinking, but
governor.
I was thinking more that's the perfect time
Governor.
to bring in the Court of Owls because the whole thing was that Bruce was trying to build it up
Yeah.
better. And then the Court of Owls basically ripped the rug out from under him where he thought he finally learned Gotham and he was so wrong. So I think it's a
Mhm.
great time if we're going to
Ooh.
have Bruce,
Mhm.
savior of Gotham. However, instead of Lincoln March, it's
Thomas
Hush.
Elliot.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's really cool.
I
actually.
think
like
that would be a good combo.
I-
where instead
I
of-
was-
Yeah.
that's better.
Yeah.
What I
He's
was
right
thinking.
because I can't see this like being a 6-movie franchise. So if you're gonna have a,
I don't
few
think,
villains,
but no, I don't think
why
it's a
not
6-movie franchise, but I think this. I mean, they're gonna have. It's a Batverse, like he
it's
said.
a trilogy. For
I
We're
think
sure.
spinning
it's a
off.
trilogy. Yeah,
We're spinning off
think
into a Penguin show. We're spinning off into the Gotham PD show. There might be. We can get a Catwoman spinoff. I'm sure if she's going to Bloodhaven, like they could do so much. And if they're gonna build a Batverse, Matt Reeves probably can do whatever he wants to do, and he wants to do a lot.
But
Mhm.
like
You
that's
know?
the thing. I feel it would be very cool. Like this movie did. Harper, please wait your turn.
You're
I
next.
think it was really cool with this movie how it took the comic book stuff but turned it into such an original story. I think mixing Hush and the Court of Owls could be
It's a very cool idea.
God
really
damn.
cool.
Yeah,
And-
you
and-
will,
and-
Sean.
and
Hush-
I agree, Sean.
yeah.
Hush is one of those
the
characters
Joker though. We
good.
forgot about the like obviously.
Well,
the
that's the
I
thing.
think you could. I think a trilogy you built. I think if you're gonna do this, like the Dark Knight ran into the issue where they did Joker in the second movie, and then they were like, "Fuck, what do we do now?" I don't think they're gonna
Joker's
fall
the
into
last
that
one.
issue again.
No,
You
no.
know,
I think Joker's the
People
last
love
movie,
Gotham.
and we get like all the villains in Arkham.
No, let's do Joker, and then he appears again later on, like another Joker. Well,
Oh my
Joker, but
Let's do Joaquin Phoenix.
Let's
Jared
do
Leto,
the
and-
Neo Joker from
Joker,
think-
No Way Home.
No way home, but with 3 Jokers.
Jokers! Directed
Close
by
it.
Jeff Johns.
And what it's Leto,
Yes,
Phoenix,
booyah!
and Keegan, and Barry Keegan.
but
I
I
agree
had a
with
point, I
Sean
lost it.
now. I do agree
I
with
think
Sean.
that
I
would
was
be
gonna say like
cool.
the villain that I want to see the most on screen against Pattinson is Mr. Freeze. I
Yes.
really want to see Mr. Freeze,
Well-
but I think Court of Owls and Hush is a better idea.
I think that would be such
Reeves
a
scares
cool
me, though.
mix because like Lincoln March in that story was the puppet / puppeteer of the court, and like what just happened?
what do you want?
I don't
Tyler,
know.
Tyler just clearly Tyler has a point, but Tyler just like out of context goes, Matt Reeves scares me. Why? Does he like knock on your window
he
at
scares
night? Like,
me because when someone brought up Mr. Freeze, he goes, part of the fun for me is finding a grounded version of these characters. And like Harper said, as much as I want it, we might not get it. It would be such. I would turn on Matt Reeves so quickly if there's not a single superpower in this universe.
Well, Mr.
It
Freeze
is
just has the
such a-
gun. Like,
But it's such a
Yeah,
no,
Freeze is
no, I'm
already
not just
grounded.
talking about Mr.
Yeah.
Freeze. I'm talking about like if
Poison
he wants
Ivy.
to ground, but that's on a bigger
Ivy.
scale. He wants to ground every character, then he won't do the fun ones. I want to see Ivy. I want to see Clayface.
Do you remember when we were like we were
I
in the
wanna see
group
them
chat and Tyler
all,
wants
dude.
it so bad, and I go, I think they could do like Ra's al Ghul, and they could do
Well, he says he would love to do a Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul, whatever.
Razog. It doesn't.
I say
matter.
Raz.
But like I was like, you can make the Lazarus pit, like you can make water that has healing properties, like somewhat realistic, like it's natural medicine sort of thing. And Tyler goes, well, if they could justify that, they could justify Clayface. And I went, that's a lot different than like
I don't
magic
care.
water. A dude made like he's
Oh my
13 feet tall and made of clay. Like
I could
They
turn
did
into
it in-
anyone.
They did a grounded version of Clayface in Earth One again, and it was really shitty. But I mean,
Like
there's ideas, there's ways to do it. Do him like the chameleon or something. I don't know.
Batman's Rogue Gallery is so good and it's massive, and the
And it's
powered
I think it's a
ones-
waste to have no superpowered ones,
That-
especially because every Batman universe, like the Nolan verse, there was no powers. We never got to any Batman villains in the Snyderverse, like except the Joker.
even
Fuck that.
Keaton didn't do any powered.
No,
villains.
but I mean,
That's
but
true,
they
that's
eventually
incredible.
got to like
if you count Forever
Batman and Robin and
Batman
whatnot,
Robin,
yeah. And,
If you count
and
that
I
as
think they're
Keaton,
afraid that's going to tank the franchise again. But the powers are not the issue with Batman and Robin. You know what I mean? It's like
not at all. I do think
I-
though, like when it comes
I
to
really think it'd
this
be a
mass,
waste.
you have this
Well, see-
massive rogue gallery, and only a few of them have powers.
Well,
But those
I
few
know-
are like Poison Ivy and Clayface.
I
like,
want
they're
Ivy though.
popular.
Like
I
I want
think-
Ivy. I want Grundy. I want Clayface.
even think
I want
Killer
Mad
Croc could be a
Hatter.
good side character.
I want Mad Hatter.
That's
I would
the
like-
You
problem,
didn't
though.
like Killer Croc in Suicide Squad 2016?
I want
want a
like
BAT.
Earth One Killer
BAT.
Croc, where it's like the beast in the sewers that everyone.
Well,
was like,
that's-
he's a rumor.
I think what's so great about
They
this
reference him in
Batman.
The Dark Knight Rises
is-
too.
I think
Yeah,
what's so
for
great about
shiny-
this Batman
shiny
is there's so
crocodiles.
many places to go with it. Like I feel like the door's open for so much, but obviously we can't throw the full kitchen sink into
Yes,
it.
we
so
can. Why can't we?
Well, if we're gonna do it, I
just
think
build-
it should-
Villain was like Ivy.
I
Just
think it
build
should
an
be movie
MCU
3.
that is
I-
literally just Batman if you want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. Like Harper was saying, he thinks it's just one trilogy. I think it could be 3 trilogies here.
no,
I think
no,
Rob-
but here's my thing.
9
Like
movies.
the thing.
Who
I would
cares?
believe
Yeah.
you if this was helmed by a studio that wasn't Warner Brothers, but like Warner
I-
Brothers
I
could have a
think-
great thing. Yeah, like they could like look at this, right? They have just put this definitive, perfect version of Batman on the screen. They've made it PG-13, but still gritty, so that people of all ages can see it and go, "Oh, Batman's not the Punisher. He can actually inspire hope as well."
Well, he
And
doesn't
then
kill.
at the end of the year, we're going to get Ben Affleck dying in a movie where Michael Keaton then takes over as the Batman of the main DCEU. Like it's so all over the place. Like. There's no
Can't-
consistency. Like I said to you guys in the chat, Captain America before the Avengers in Australia was like a joke. And now he's a total icon because they had one dude playing him for 10 years and they built that character up. But DC and Warner Brothers can't seem to take a great, like Henry Cavill as Superman or Robert Pattinson as Batman or even Ben Affleck, if you look at it. They can't follow through and keep going with it. They just go, we did well. And that's it. Like,
Counterpoint.
Yeah,
you
Hunter.
get me?
The MCU, like Kevin Feige's like in charge of it. He's running the whole thing.
Is he?
For the DCEU, it was Zack Snyder, but Man of Steel and BVS and then Justice League, although it wasn't fully his work, just failed so badly that they scrapped that. Now they're just doing whatever. For the Batman, that one guy could be Matt Reeves, and so far he's had
He
an
doesn't seem interesting.
incredible.
He has
start.
no interest in
What?
Superman, though, right?
No, but he,
No, but
yeah,
no, we're
and
not
he
talking
said
about,
he
we're
was
not
like,
talking about expanding that. We're just saying like,
We're
just
if you
saying-
want to do a Batverse. That's what he said.
Yeah,
He says he
gotcha.
wants to expand a
Gotcha.
Batverse.
Because imagine Batman.
I would love
imagine
a whole
having
DC
Pattinson-
universe surrounded around his Batman.
Imagine
I would
if
love that. I would
we're-
love him meeting
Yeah.
Superman. I would love him meeting Wonder Woman. I would love that. But if we're going to just do him,
I'm okay with
give
that.
me everything.
Imagine if we're
Don't
talking
waste any
in
space.
2030 and he's Robert Pattinson's on his next Batman movie and it
as
like
if we'll be
Nightwing's in
alive
it.
by 2030.
And Sean Red Hood could be in this.
Yeah.
I don't think
not.
you need Red Hood. Yeah.
Well,
Why
that's
would
the
they
thing about the
destroy the
Snyderverse. I
franchise?
was thinking about that today. Not only did the Snyderverse kill off Dick Grayson and the hope of ever getting Nightwing, it
They
also
shot Jimmy
ruined the
Olsen in
potential
head
of Red
10
Hood.
minutes in.
Yeah.
No, but do you really think the potential of Red Hood was like of great importance in the DCEU?
Tyler,
Potential and Red Hood do not belong in the same sentence.
I gotta say, I kind of like old school Jason Todd, like pre-crisis. After reading a
And when
bunch of
the
stuff,
horrific costume.
When he's an
Yeah.
acrobat and he's just Dick Grayson
Yeah.
clone.
Red
like
hair.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of like, huh, that's interesting.
He's an acrobat in the circus with dead parents. and Batman adopts him.
I think new Jason Todd is better, obviously, but I'm reading some of these stories. I'm
like
just
New
like,
Coke?
this is pretty good, not bad.
I guess
I can't
They
believe-
gave you different Jason Todd and then brought back
It is
Jason
a
Todd.
bit odd if we do have a no man's land kind of situation, because like it'll be hard to have a normal Gotham, you know, where he can go to see the Flying Graysons or where he can go to do something like that. But I think I trust Matt Reeves enough. First of all, as a great director. Second of
You
all,
said
as a
he
massive...
scares you. Like, are you sure
does-
that you're trying
No,
to
he scares me because I'm afraid that he might skimp on
He's
the
coming for
powers.
you.
Okay,
But I'm afraid that he's coming for me. Yes, but I trust him enough as a really big Batman fan who knows the importance of these characters to do
I don't
them.
know what. I thought
What?
you were saying I trust him as a really big Batman. I was like, what does that mean?
Just him as a. What
He's
have you
just
seen?
a-
He looks like Gordon. And people keep pointing
he
that
totally looks like.
but Tyler,
He's a
Tyler,
really big Batman.
with the idea of
We'll get
I don't
Robin
know-
in this
I-
universe. There's no
well,
doubt.
that's the
I have
thing.
no doubt. in my
Hold
mind.
on. If you're like, I don't know how we would go from No Man's Land to like getting Robin and all that. Imagine we finally clean up Gotham from No Man's Land. The
I already
seawalls
don't care
rebuilt,
about what he's
and then
saying.
shut up. And then he just said, all of a
And
sudden,
then
you just have
Bane
some-
shows up and sets off a nuke in Gotham.
No, no, no.
People
But
of
then,
Gotham.
then you have, all right, guys, we finally.
JD, that was
Sorry.
a great impression and also the
Can't-
worst impression.
Do it
I
again.
never
No, do it
get a
again.
goddamn point on this podcast.
Do it again. No, do it again. David.
belongs to you.
People of Gotham. We have nothing to fear but fear itself.
You're like the Riddler
So who
doing a
are
Bane
you?
impression.
Ooh, that
Anyway,
a
what I was
joke
gonna say is
Right, so
imagine
there's a
you
football
get.
field.
Nobody cares, Sean.
Nobody cared who I was.
Why don't you
until I
go
was on the
organize another
podcast.
mob hit?
Sean, you can continue.
Yeah, what were you saying?
I'm just saying, if you wanted to have a celebration after Jesus fucking Christ, let me talk.
The fire rises.
Are we done?
No, we are never done. Now please pound the streets of Gotham.
Sure, they actually do want to hear your point, though.
Yeah, I am very.
reckoning, but I can't get the fucking word in.
Here, Sean, continue, but in the Bane voice. Then we'll listen.
No, don't do it in the Bane voice.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
All
I
I'm
wouldn't do
saying
it.
is, if you wanted something to spin on No Man's Land and get Robin, imagine they clean up Gotham and then they're like, all right, to celebrate the rebirth of Gotham, Haley's Circus is going to be coming to town. And that's
That was the joke.
That was the
Fuck you.
point.
It took so long to get to it that it felt even more flat. Go fuck yourselves, you assholes.
Okay, I guess. Anything else you guys want to say, or do you want to hear JD's
I
rating?
want to see everyone, man. I want to see everybody. I
It's
want
not gonna
every
happen.
Batman-
Who do
I
you
don't give a
want
fuck.
next?
Who do I want next? Who do I
Oh yeah, you
want
didn't
next?
answer that. Yeah,
Who do I want next, or who do I
JD
think
and
is next?
Harper
I want
kinda
Mr.
did.
Freeze.
Both.
Okay, Mr. Freeze.
Who
Yeah,
do
I
you
agree.
think?
And
Who do
Ivy.
you want?
Even though that was Batman and
I
Robin.
think Hush. I want Mr. Freeze.
I think Hush as well. I also want Mr. Freeze. I also want Ivy. I also want Clayface. I also want Ra's al Ghul. I also want.
Okay, JD.
You're like a kid at Christmas. Okay, you get 3 presents. I want so and so.
Well, I do.
And that.
JD, who do you want?
I feel the same as Sean. I think it's going to be Court and Hush. With Hush
I think
being
no.
the puppet.
I think Court of Owls. They could wait to the end of the trilogy. I think the Court of Owls could be a
I think that's an
trilogy
end of the
ender.
trilogy thing too. Yeah.
It's either Joker or Court of Owls ends the trilogy.
Okay, who do you want, JD? Or is it just Hush and Court?
I'd be very fine with Hush and Court of Owls. I
Okay.
think it's 2 good stories that can mix easily.
And Harper's. Are you
Clayface is in Hush.
Mr.
Poison Ivy's in
Bloom.
Hush.
Mr. I like Mr. Bloom. Are you just
They
mocking
will
me?
never do Mr. Bloom.
No, they
Mr.
never
Bloom.
will.
Oh no, I want Deacon Blackfire.
Like, how creepy would Mr. Bloom be in
I want
this
I want
universe?
Professor Pig. I actually do want
Yeah,
Professor Pig. That
Pig
would
would
actually
be
really
dope
creepy.
as fuck.
Professor
No,
Pig.
I didn't mean to
If
say it
someone
like that.
if someone was gonna be like the serial killer, it should have been Professor Pig.
Oh, I want Scarecrow
I think
now too.
Professor Pig
Scarecrow
was
would
one
be
of the
good.
best villains of Gotham, the TV show.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Harper is a
I like
Batman
Sure.
hat.
Hugo Strange would be cool if they do like a Batman
Prey,
Prey.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
so cool.
Harper?
Fuck.
I said, like
He
genuinely.
wants evil
genuinely.
Doctor. He wants evil Doctor Strange as the villain.
No, Hugo Strange actually I could see next as well because Hugo Strange comes out of the woodworks after Batman goes public, you know?
Mm.
And so
Yeah.
Hugo Strange could be like this person in the city, who's famous for, he could write like a book on or he could have a podcast dissecting the Batman
No
or
one,
whatever.
no one listens to
Modernized.
You know what I
podcasts.
mean?
And then Hugo Strange is just there. Hey guys.
It would be very cool. Yeah.
Harper,
But
like,
if you really want to
genuinely.
know who I want every Batman villain ever.
Harper.
I think
Clock King,
You want the
I think-
Black
ventriloquist?
Glove.
You want the ventriloquist?
I want the ventriloquist. I actually do like unironically.
Scarface
I
the
want the
ventriloquist.
Literally
Yeah.
everyone started talking.
I
was
think
like,
Oh, Kite Man, dude! I want Kite Man.
I don't want
he
that.
grabbed the microphone. I want
I really want Kite Man.
Miracle Molly.
That's it. So the third movie is going to be the War of Jokes and Riddles,
I
which
want
is
the
what they're setting up
designer.
now.
I think.
I
think it would be nice to have like a really good Ra's al Ghul already.
like
shown.
an actual
I
immortal
feel-
Ra's al Ghul,
Yeah, and like
head of the demon Ra's al Ghul, not Liam Neeson.
yeah. That is the I was talking about.
I'm
that
not
the other
gonna
night.
kill you.
That is the funniest twist when they go, "Oh, Duquesne, actually Ra's al Ghul." Doesn't change anything whatsoever.
It also like
It really
sucks.
does not matter. Yeah, it does. Suck. It's like
it would also be cool
okay.
to see a Talia that's worth anything.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. I
It
kind of
is
want that
so
as I
easy
want.
You don't
to
like
do
Talia
Ra's al
that just
Ghul.
dies in a
I
truck?
was her protector.
It's so easy to do Ra's al Ghul and Talia because all you need to do is say that Batman met them while he was training, and then they characters that exist. You don't have to have them meet. You don't have to have any of that. You can just say they existed already.
Mhm.
Like,
Did
have
anybody else
a-
think
have
the
a clear
ninja at the
romantic
beginning was
history with
possibly
Talia.
Ra's al Ghul connected before it was just a kid trick or treating?
Just you, man.
no, I
was
no,
so
I didn't-
confused.
never thought
No,
that.
Sean.
Just for a
Literally
second,
just
I was
you.
just like, why is
I
there
actually
a
thought it
ninja in
was
the
the
apartment?
Red Death, real quick.
What?
It had a red. suit.
Not gonna lie, I
I thought it was
this movie-
Daredevil. I thought it
For a
was
second, I thought
I
this
thought it was
movie
the
was going to
hand.
take. You know how the animated
Deadpool.
Hush movie made Riddler Hush?
Yeah.
I thought
Mm.
this was going to be an inverse where Thomas
People were
Elliott.
so mad about that. As if anyone gives
I
a
thought
fuck
Thomas
about
Elliott was going to be
man.
Riddler for a second there after they showed
I like
the
Thomas
reporter.
Elliott.
I thought
Do
we were
you,
going to get an
though?
inverse of that.
That would have been really weird.
Yeah.
I think
Here's the thing,
glad
though.
we
Here's
I
the thing.
think. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Well, I was gonna say, like we were saying before, like, oh, they've given up on the DCEU and they've just moved on to whatever. They haven't though. They're sticking with the DCEU. They're just
Well,
they're
I
just
think-
changing up the
but I
leads.
think
Like
they
they're
have
getting
more of a
rid of
plan than you
Batman.
realize, though.
No, but
Black
they're
Adam
getting
is
rid of Ben
coming out
Affleck's
in
Batman.
June or
They're
something.
getting rid of Ben Affleck's
December
Batman.
it
They're
is.
bringing
It-
Michael Keaton into the main DCEU where he's going to meet this Batgirl, and it's the same Jim Gordon. It's the
I
same
think
universe
they
as
have a
Justice League
bigger
and
plan than
everything.
you assume. I mean, like James Gunn came along and people really love his stuff. And like, I think the fact that we got Ezra Miller and Jason Momoa and, a silhouette of Superman and Wonder Woman
I don't think
means
that's
something for the
I don't think it's in-
connectivity. I
No,
think
'cause
you're
that
wrong. I
means
think
you
that
think
means
that-
something.
That means you think that like Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW has any effect on this universe.
But like, okay, but the woman who plays Harcourt in Suicide Squad and Pacemaker, she's apparently going to be in Black Adam.
Just
Like,
to
we know
double
that.
check.
But
Am I
but
the
that's
only
like-
one here that watched Peacemaker?
No, I have this too. I like fiddle with this a lot.
What? What?
I fiddle with it a lot. God, what'd you
Okay.
think I said?
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, I don't like. I think there
Alone
is
in
something.
my
There's
bed at
some
night.
sort of plan there, Tyler. But I think it's very. I have no faith
No,
in them being. like,
but like at fandom.
like, what is the bigger plan then? What is the bigger plan?
I think
because it doesn't involve this
Crisis on Infinite
Batman.
Earths movie.
Yeah, it's the Flash. It's
Well,
called the
I
Fla-
think
they're not
I
gonna do.
said-
They're not
and-
gonna
no,
do
no, no, no,
multiverse crisis
Because
movie.
you don't remember. You
I was-
seem to not
Crisis
want
on Infinite Earths.
God damn it! No, I don't think it matters. Fucking motherfucking goddamn Jim Lee said.
Oh, what
Remember, he drew
Yeah.
that entire giant
Yeah.
mural, and then
Yeah.
and then there was all the bleeped out whatever. It's so dumb, but that means something. They have.
Yeah,
I
Yo,
Crisis
the
on
DC universe is
Infinite
coming to
Earths, the
Canada
movie.
soon.
But Warner Brothers and DC for the last 8 years have been like setting up things that they never pay off, and then they just shift direction and don't give a fuck.
It's
Like
true.
this movie that we just watched, Matt Reeves was attached to it to make a Ben Affleck Batman
Affleck
movie where he
Deathstroke
fights
movie.
Deathstroke. So don't sit there and go, "There's a plan," because there was no fucking
I
plan
think,
here. They
I
went,
think
"We'll do Ben Affleck. We
nowadays
won't
there's
do Ben
more of a
Affleck."
plan than there not there ever was, but then
No,
there
no.
were in the past 5 years. I think absolutely.
But
Warner
the-
Brothers.
the
Do I
Batman
really look
made
like
me
a guy
just
with a
not
plan?
care about the DCEU.
I just think the fact that like they even released that promo, they were like, "This year we get heroes," means that they're like proud of the movies they're making.
That
finally.
promo is so again.
It's
I
horrible,
pointed this
but
out
it's
in the
still something.
I pointed this out in the chat though. The world of heroes, and then you see Black Adam turn a guy to
Yeah,
ash.
Yeah.
My favorite.
The world of heroes.
I don't know, and we'll get Shazam too. Wonder Woman, what's her name? Gal Gadot's in that apparently. Like, there's
But I don't know that there's a
something
big
happening. I
think
know
the
that's a very
plan is
vague thing
let's-
to say.
I think the plan is literally grit their teeth through and try to make this
Maybe
shambles of a universe
Keaton's a
work.
vanity thing. Maybe he's like, I just want to be Batman again, and so they put him in. Or maybe they're waiting until he fucking dies and he can't play Batman anymore, and then we'll get Robert Pattinson. Like,
No,
I don't
no.
know. I
Because
think
the
I
plan-
don't think
fucking-
that's
I think
the
he's
DC
temporary.
official plan time.
Yeah, it's like on like a confidential thing. It just
You're
says,
on
"Wait
some
till he
like
fucking dies."
Illuminati
Until
kick
Keaton-
stuff.
But, like the thing with
Could be any
Keaton is
day now.
we think that Flashpoint is gonna like completely change this universe, but as far as we can tell, it's just Keaton coming over into the DCEU.
That's as far as we can
We
tell.
still don't
though.
know the full
Yeah.
answer because
We don't know the
just
extent of
like
this movie. I mean, I think Flashpoint, the Flash movie, there is more to it than
Yeah,
you
there's a
know.
lot more.
I think.
don't
You know,
think
there's
that's
all these
true.
rumors of Henry Cavill's in it, and I mean, like fucking Michael Shannon is in that movie as
There's
Zod.
there's rumors of like him appearing like
And
on a
Fedora.
TV.
But the
though.
guy who said Henry Cavill's in is the guy that took the pictures of the suit and leaked
and
it.
Feora's in it,
Yeah.
and like that's
He's the guy that said
something.
Cavill and Zod and Fio. Like he's
You know,
the guy
like
that leaked
that's
the pictures.
that's
so-
not nothing.
Mhm.
Well, isn't there a rumor
But
that
they've
we're
been
going to
doing
be
this for 8
revisiting
years, and then
old
it-
They
movies?
have been doing this
nothing.
for 8 years, but you know what? The Batman gave me hope, and I
Yeah,
want to
it-
believe.
I feel
that-
nothing.
I want to believe that they have any idea what they're doing.
No, because the Batman was literally them just gonna be like, okay, like Matt Reeves went, I'm not directing the Batfleck
Yes.
one because it's part of this like universe, and I don't want to do that. And then they went, okay, what about you make a Batman movie from scratch? It's all you, cast whoever you want, blah blah blah. And that's the only reason this movie is made.
Yes, and I
They're not
understand
gonna
that's the
keep
only
doing
reason.
that. And the
I
only
think-
way they will do it is with Matt Reeves and this unit. They're not going to do it with anything else. And they're
They
not going
did
to
it
try
with
and
James
connect this.
Gunn. They wanted him to
Uh,
do Superman, but he said, "I
yeah,
want to do
well,
Suicide
yeah,
Squad. I
yeah,
want to
but-
do Peacemaker as a TV show." And it's like
Yeah,
the
but that,
biggest
like,
show on
every-
HBO
that-
Max besides
I know,
Euphoria.
but it's so cheap looking. Like it can't be that hard
But
to
it was
fucking
so
make.
popular.
It's shot on like a back road in Atlanta. Like
but it
it's
was
not that. I
popular
could have
and it
made
was
that.
good.
It can be popular. It doesn't mean it was like
But
Warner
I'm
Brothers
saying
gave
that,
him like
that gives
$1,000.
them more incentive to go, oh, let's let people have ideas and do what they want. And also we should have a plan moving forward. Like, you know how easily they could have, like, I know they've made so many mistakes. They could have so easily, after Justice League, done a Justice League 2, just like the Suicide Squad, you know, returning cast members, and no one cares about the last movie. And they didn't. And it's stupid, but they should. Are you kidding me, Hunter?
No.
You're wearing a Justice League shirt? That's horrible.
Yeah,
But I just think that now they see that, first of all, they're willing to do anything and it can work. And second of all, I think they see now that like people want there to be a plan. And Zack Snyder wasn't the answer, clearly.
yeah.
And David Ayer wasn't the answer. And you know,
Released
Patty Jenkins might not be the answer, but like there is something they can find it. I believe somewhere they have
don't.
the answer to, they have the solution to these issues.
I don't think they
the
do.
Batman is organized and the DCU is just like, yeah, Aquaman made $1 billion. We'll do another. Shazam
Yeah,
made
we'll
a
just
lot.
do
We'll do
$1
another.
billion. That proves nothing, but I just wanted to say it. Like,
Yeah. Okay, Sean.
Sean,
I just realized that the DCEU turns 10 years old next year. When the MCU turned
What?
10 years old, we got Infinity
Infinity
War.
War.
And we're
And
getting
when-
Shazam Fury of
when
the
the-
Gods.
yeah.
Shit.
And
I-
Blue
holy
Beetle.
shit.
And Black and
Just
Batgirl.
realized that.
Yeah, we get
It's-
Batgirl, Blue Beetle, and Shazam too.
Man of Steel was 2013.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say
Holy
20 years ago.
And I still think like Cavill. I mean, obviously everyone knows Cavill should be Superman and he should be Superman until he dies, you know, but like, and I think, I mean, it's so secret. There's so many secrets that we don't know. He could still be playing Superman. He could not
He's
still be
not.
playing
He's
Superman.
not.
He's not.
I think he's
I do
not,
think
but if they
everything
asked
will
him to come
become-
back, he would say yes.
I think everything will become way more clear
Or
after the
Hunter,
Flash movie.
or-
But I do think they have things in place.
So like I don't, there's no
Hunter.
way things will be more clear after the Flash movie, the movie that's gone through like 5 different like creative teams. There's no way
Well,
that
but,
it's gonna
like,
like clarify. It's gonna
I think
end
it's a
with,
stepping off
4
point.
different Flashes. Sonic's
not
gonna be there,
making a
and Michael
Flash
Keaton's
movie.
Sonic.
They're-
Speedy Gonzalez, yeah.
They're not making a Flash movie, they're using a Flash movie.
They are
Yeah,
using
and I
the
don't
Flash
really
movie.
care because I'm not the biggest Flash person anyway.
Sorry.
Why would you want to be?
Pain.
As JD's heart dropped.
I
do like
I think
Sean Hunter
I
just
think
like,
they
"I was
have an idea
30
of
when
what they
Man
are
of Steel
doing.
came out."
What'd you say, Hunter? What?
Sean's just like, can't believe I was only 30 when Man of Steel
Yes.
came out.
I only had one kid.
I was only 30 years old.
I was on my first marriage when that movie came out.
I guess we've been talking about DCU for a while, but just to kind of wrap up the
I just think
Batman,
this movie
or
has
not.
like proven.
Shut
I'm
up!
just saying. No, I just
No,
think this
it
movie is so
hasn't.
much more indicative of like DC needs to get their shit together, and I think they will, and you don't think they will.
What do you
It's
rate the movie?
It's
but-
proven that 1 out of every 5 movies they can fucking nail. That's about
Well,
it.
Suicide
I will
Squad
say
was good.
Peacemaker ended up being
Just
really
so- it
good
was-
in the end.
I like
very
the
average.
Suicide Squad.
And
I like
Peacemaker was-
Aquaman.
Suicide
I like
Squad was
Shazam.
so average. That movie is so
Peacemaker was
average.
I liked it. Let's rate
Peacemaker,
the
the first
Batman.
DCEU show.
Rate the Batman out of 10.
It's the only one, yeah.
starting
Out of
with
10.
JD.
No, I want to go last.
What? Oh, okay. I'll go.
What?
10.
I'm gonna be the only one that's not a 10, so let me go
10.
last, dickhead.
10.
Well, like my controversial rating is the I think the Batman as a movie.
Well, my
is the best
controversial
comic-
rating is that BBS really.
I just don't think DC has a play. Anyway, no.
This is the best thing to come out of BVS. Anyway, that's just one.
Well, I think this is like probably the best comic book movie ever in terms of being a movie. You know what I mean? Like I think it
Yes.
has to be.
no,
They
it's
know
not.
it
don't-
was like a
highest
celebration.
It has
I
to be the
think-
highest caliber film that's ever been with a comic book character in
Yeah.
it.
Didn't you see Joker, dude? What are you talking?
Fuck.
No. No. No.
That one guy that listens.
He broke
and
his mic. I
climbs
don't even
mount-
hear him.
Yeah, the one
I-
guy
I-
though who listens while climbing mountains.
That's the
just
thing about this
fell.
movie. It's
Yeah.
not just a phenomenal Batman
poor
movie.
dog
It's
sat up.
just
My
a
dog sat up.
phenomenal movie.
Look at him. Look at my poor fucking dog. He's looking
going
like
on?
what happened.
Just rate the
He's down.
movie, guys.
Tell him society. Tell him society.
A 10, I guess. 10,
I don't know.
I guess
9.
I'd say
10.
a strong 6.
he's afraid of Matt Reeves, so he has to say.
Oh yeah, stroke 6.
I feel like we're going full Dancing with the Stars right now. 10.
Yeah.
What about
like
you? What do
it.
you? What do you?
Who's you?
JD.
Wait, what was Harper's?
Strong 6.
All
What?
right, what is it really, dickhead?
Yeah,
I'm feeling a strong light 7.
actually,
I don't know if I did. I don't like doing point scores. Like I don't
Yeah.
like doing like 8.3, but like it's like a
It's about a 9.738. I would say.
yeah. Look that I'm gonna go with that. It's a 9.738.
Yeah.
okay.
Nice.
So 10, 10. Sean's a 10.
I'm a 10. Yeah.
9.7. So 10,
You're
10,
like
10.
a 4.
9.738. I'm like a 6 to 7.
Go fuck yourself.
JD, you hate this?
I don't hate. If you rated a 6 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes, that gets it a fresh score,
Yeah,
dickhead.
that's not.
JD,
That's not.
you wish this movie was never made?
I wish Ben Affleck's
But
Deathstroke.
like I do think.
I
you should-
wish it was Ben Affleck fighting Deathstroke. God damn it, with a Jeff Johns script.
I do think you should
Well,
be put on
yeah.
some
Made
sort of
you
list or some
vomit?
sort of register for thinking that though.
Yeah,
JD,
that's not
you're
safe.
the only one.
200 feet in a fucking cinema.
You
or
are the
something.
only one, JD.
That's not safe. You shouldn't think that, man.
Have I ever had a popular opinion on the show? I don't think
Need
so.
help. Wait, did you like? Did you like BVS more than this movie?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Oh
Oh,
shit,
no.
he did.
Oh no, JD, I love BVS as much as you
on,
do.
on a personal enjoyment level, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
No.
what the fuck?
On a personal enjoyment level,
You don't
JD,
personally
BVS
enjoy
is my
anything.
BVS is my favorite DC.
Hunter, I
JD,
don't care.
JD.
You have recency bias, okay? You think Sonic the
JD.
Hedgehog was the greatest movie when it came out?
Hunter
JD.
also
I
has
still
a
do.
tattoo of BVS. I
Wait,
mean,
JD.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
he
he should be
does.
the representative here.
If you
JD.
sing his one,
JD.
Embarrassing tattoo.
If you
My
see his
God.
mind, you
I
just look
like it.
around you.
That's a good line. No, but I'm saying like I love BVS. It's my favorite DCEU movie, but the Batman is like way ahead.
Okay,
of
and that's your opinion.
yeah, but we share this. We started this podcast because we have the same mind.
yeah, look at what it's
We have
come
a very
to.
different mind.
Yeah, we do.
When the movie was announced, or when Robert Pattinson was announced as Batman, I went back and listened to the episode. You guys both went, I would have preferred maybe John Hamm or Army Hammer, and I'm just like, you guys
John Hammer.
fucking
Anyone
suck,
with
dude. Like,
anyone with ham in their name.
Yeah. yeah.
Who said John Hamm? Did I say that or did Hunter
think
say
I
that?
said that.
I
I
think
don't
you both
recall
said
ever
it.
having that opinion.
I think I said.
I think
that,
he'd
you
make a good
agreed.
Two-Face though.
That's like
JD.
what episode number was that, Tyler? That was like 50.
Yes, Sean.
It was
I don't
54.
remember.
Or
Your
something.
opinion literally turns you into the Batman on this podcast, though. Jim Gordon's about to like walk in and just be like, "We gotta get you out of here."
49. Episode
JD's
49.
dad comes into frame. We gotta get you out of here, man. Punch me in the face.
Yeah, like JD, what did you just do?
Take this key.
God, if JD's given this movie a 6, he's gonna like see Multiverse of Madness and just fucking cane it. I'm gonna be here
No,
crying.
that's Sam Raimi. We're safe.
Yeah, but there's gonna be cheers during that movie.
Well, I mean,
And they
okay.
might kill Toby
Stop.
Maguire.
They're not killing
They're
Toby.
They're
not
not
killing
killing
Toby
Toby.
Maguire.
They're
Shut the
not.
But why would they kill Toby
Don't be dumb.
Maguire?
Don't be
He's
dumb.
looking
Joke
like he
is
has
great.
insider
Take it easy,
information,
sweetheart.
No, I don't.
as if like anyone gives a shit.
I just remember seeing something on Instagram where they're like, I hear they're gonna kill Toby Maguire, Multiverse of Madness. I'm like, they didn't even do it in Spider-Man No Way Home, and they
Yeah, there's
stabbed
no
him.
way.
I've been stabbed before. Do you guys want to keep going? Do you want to talk Strange and stuff?
Yeah, I
It
do
just
want to
makes
hear
me sad.
Harper's thoughts on Strange.
No Way Home. Hearing No Way Home makes me sad.
I had a Batman trailer
Why?
before the Batman movie. Like,
Well-
DC, what are you doing with your marketing? That's terrible.
It was something I brought up before. That was just like I brought it up that like it's part of the conversation we were having earlier. But just Marvel can get three multiversal rebooted versions of Peter Parker to team up at once.
But you
But-
can't get
but-
Batman and Superman.
But fucking DC can't understand Batman and Superman, and he's gone.
Wow, he's
and the
changed his
podcast
life.
just got a lot better.
We got
gotta
a lot
get-
of-
Sean's still here. What do we have to talk? We could probably just end it there. Does Strange matter?
Yes.
Is it a comic? I don't know.
It's a comic book.
Clea's
It's the
Sorcerer Supreme.
Clear Strange is now Doctor Strange. Well, not Doctor Strange. She's the Sorcerer Supreme, and she murders people very hard, blows people up,
And it's awesome.
disintegrates them, melts the skin off of their faces. And Wong goes, probably don't do that. And she goes, I'm going to. And then thunder strikes there, and that's the issue.
Eric Masterson.
But
yeah.
the opening with Doom was awesome.
You like
Okay, that is pretty.
Like it?
It literally opens Clear in 177A bleakest trigger in a trilogy. And Doctor Doom just shows up and he's like, "Well, Strange is dead. I'm Sorcerer Supreme now." And Claire's like, "No," and he's like, "How dare you? This is absurd. I should be Sorcerer Supreme." She's like, "No." And then they
But
have a
Reeve
little
showed up,
scuffle.
Hunter.
No, my dog was just barking.
The dialogue
daughter.
was just so funny.
Did you
though. It's
club
just
it?
like so naturally, I'll be a what? What just happened?
For once, it was not a joke about you.
What just happened?
Don't worry. Move on. Listen back to it.
Yeah,
All right.
just listen
Anyway,
back.
Anyway, like
Jesus
that
Christ.
that was just so good with like the way Doom talks. He's just like, so naturally I'll be attaining the rank of Sorcerer Supreme. Please give me the Cloak of Levitation and the Eye of Agamotto. Thank you.
Yeah, he's so formal.
Yeah. Yeah, he even knocks on the door. It was great.
Yeah.
Are they gonna like keep Doctor Strange dead for like a while?
Nah,
No,
she
he's
wants
coming
to
back in this
resurrect him.
series. Yeah, there's no fucking
Oh,
way.
wait, already?
I honestly
He wants to
think
resurrect him?
half of
Oh.
this book is gonna be Stephen in whatever realm he's now in, whatever like purgatory, exploring his way around, and then
What
Clea
happened to
trying
classic
find him.
Doctor Strange?
He's dead.
I
He
didn't
died.
read-
He
I didn't read Death of Doctor
he
Strange.
exploded into Doctor Strange dies 3 times in that book.
Yep.
No, it's called Death of Doctor Strange.
Yeah, there's 3 deaths. Oh, 3 jokers.
3 Jokers.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
You guys want to
There's gonna be
review-
3 Doctor Stranges in the new Doctor Strange movie.
There's gonna be more. Did you see? There's another one like that.
I meant
statue
that one as the third one. Who's the second one? Oh, Evil Doctor. Oh my god, there's 4
Evil Doctor
Stranges.
Strange, Doctor
a
Strange,
good idea.
Defender Strange, Statue Man Strange,
Nice.
I love how Donny
Tom
Cates,
Cruise.
Joaquin Phoenix, Doctor Strange.
I love,
That would actually, I would
Man.
prefer that over Tom Cruise.
I love how Donny Cates had a comment on the Evil Strange and be like, guys, that's not
It's
null.
not null."
Stop asking me.
Oh my god, that was embarrassing that people believe that. Like anyone who thought that should just be taken out back and
Yeah,
hunted.
I was gonna
talked
say, I was
about
gonna
the
say actually that
Venom
exact thing.
verse.
That's like a firing squad thing.
The Venom verse, it could have happened.
I like the
Venom
idea that
verse.
like thing that the Riddler had in the Batman, like that tool. Like Hunter was like, yeah, we use those.
It's called a Tucker.
My
It-
theater
it's
cheered
for the rug.
Your theater cheat. They were
like
yes,
as if
it's just
Tobey
like-
Maguire just popped up. My whole theater. went, "Ooh!" There's Alberta
Oh,
theaters,
gosh.
man.
For the one person who cares listening, War for Earth 3.
There's not one person.
All right, and that's
That
the
one
show.
You're,
person
you're
was
the, you're the
Star
one
Star.
person.
It
We'll be back next week.
all
Wait,
I
Hunter, I have a
remember.
question real quick.
Yeah.
Would the movie have been different for you if when
Oh my God, we're
Riddler
back on the
went
movie.
and he got, to the diner and he went, hey, can I get a double?
Yeah, well,
Would it have been different?
I don't know.
Would you have liked it
JD, would
more or
you give it a
less?
I think
Some
our
tidbits?
theme- like,
what if he
honestly,
turned and went,
Can I have a
If
cannoli?
that
just
honestly
ordered some
happened,
bits.
like if that seriously happened, I think my theater would have been like, ooh.
If you
Ooh,
would have
just
made the
ordered-
cannolis like shaped like a question mark, 10 out
I
of
just
10 for
ordered
me.
some Timbits.
Yeah.
Cannoli in the shape
Instead
of
of
a question.
instead of a coffee cup or a teacup, it's literally like a Tim Hortons like paper coffee cup.
God.
They have white lids now at Timmy's. It's odd.
Wow.
That's what's
Oh,
odd.
fuck.
And they're shaped like question marks.
Well, they're
Forgot that part.
Yeah, no, they're shaped like maple leaves, but it's just odd.
Do they give you a
well, moving on.
complimentary AMC Batman popcorn bucket as well?
No.
Bummer.
This needs to end. I don't.
Okay,
I feel like
just end
it's-
Please hit the end button.
Oh, okay. I guess Batman was good this week.
it was really good.
It was really good. Yeah.
Oh, no,
it's
the
a
movie
Just
Sorry
different-
about
spoke
the movie.
about it for 2 hours.
He meant the comic.
See what you
comic.
did? Yeah. Dark
I feel
Knight.
like no one's gonna pay attention to Shadowland now because like we know Zdarsky's coming. So
Oh, Shadow War.
Isn't it Shadow War?
Shadow, I mean
Yeah,
Shadow
I was
War.
Shadow
gonna
War.
say Shadowland was like over a
It
decade.
feels like
ago, bro.
it
Fuck,
feels like a
catch up.
filler.
Fuck.
Yeah, it feels like a filler story now, but Dark Knights of Steel was awesome. Poison Ivy's in it, and she
You didn't make a post this week of like, here's the new.
Same.
I read it.
characters
I
in the
read it
book.
like an hour before
Here's the
recording.
new character in the book. I was waiting for it.
Wow, you're slipping.
Poison Ivy like really likes Harley though, like obsessively, which is odd. I thought that was a little different because usually I find
Okay,
that
well,
Harley-
Hunter thinks same-sex relationships.
my
are
God.
odd. That's been a hero story.
No, I
And that's Hero Story. Hunter's
Harley-
cancels.
Harley doesn't
Hunter,
like Ivy in this
okay.
because they're on. Okay,
But the
Alright.
way you said that was also like,
I know.
Oh, it's so
I
weird that she
know.
loves another woman. What?
Oh
Hunter?
no, guys!
What?
That was like you guys know
mean,
Sam Elliott, like the
Supergirl
cowboy actor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He came out. He was
The
talking
mustache
about.
guy.
He was talking about Power of the Dog, the Benedict Cumberbatch cowboy movie, and he had 2 criticisms. He was just like, "Yeah, like they shot it down in they shot it New Zealand, and that doesn't look like Montana. I don't think that's authentic at all." And it's like, okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Like Mark Maron is there, like, yeah, I agree. And he's like, and also all this gay stuff. He just goes off
Oh
the
my
deep end, and it's like,
God.
oh
Oh,
no,
no.
oh no. It's like, oh,
no,
fucking
nobody
hell.
read Nice House on the Lake. Came back.
Oh,
this
that's
week.
back. I forgot.
Comicsology destroyed
but
Hunter's chance of reading it.
Comicsology, yeah.
Yeah, Comixology might suck. But, oh, I didn't mention that Marvel Unlimited
Mark-
works in
yeah, talk
Australia.
about it, Harper. Talk
I've
about
been
it.
saved, bro.
How
I've been
do
reading
you
books.
like it?
Oh, it's
Yeah,
yeah,
it's right. Bro, you
Hold on,
know
hold
so much.
And at last
oh.
I see the
I was
light.
yep. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I was
it's-
so
it's
fucking happy.
fantastic.
Oh, it's so cheap.
I'm
compared
like
to what I was
happy
doing.
for you. I was at work when you sent me that. I was,
I
like,
was happy
oh,
too.
yeah.
I said it to the group chat. I was like, boys, it's happened.
I was so happy for you.
Remember when Hunter was completely anti Marvel Unlimited? And was
Yeah,
like,
what
I
an
will
idiot.
never
I
do
was
What
it.
a dumb idiot.
He was the fucking stupidest person
I was about to
ever
defend
known
myself
before I
there, but
met
I'm
you.
not even gonna.
What a dumb moron
you.
idiot.
Good.
And he had an iPad the whole time. What an idiot.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know.
It was a reading iPad too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a reading iPad. No, it's just an iPad Pro. That's
That's not what I fucking. Oh my god! Never mind.
These are the podcast.
No. Hunter bought the only iPad known to man that's only
It's just only
capability
for
is to read
reading.
things.
It's not a reading iPad, dude. It's an iPad
I
Pro.
thought you meant like a
iPad.
Kudo or something. All right,
A Kudo.
I guess that's a
Just
Canada
whatever.
thing.
Fucking
I guess
end
that's a
the
Canada thing.
I just turned it off.
So
It's over.
to end the podcast, JD, did your godfather say Nick?